We going live.
It's time for the Average Black Man Show. Got the work week done, clocking out, no rushing. About to hit the YouTube streets. Now it's time for a discussion. Only come with the real, can't be fake or frontin'. Don't run from the conversation, there ain't no ducking. Sit back, sip some wine, get into the vibe. Go hit the link and come up on the live. Jump on in the comments and let me pick your mind. Opinions flying free, let's let our thoughts collide. It's the Average Black Man Show, talking about everything you need to know. Sometimes things may get a little heated, but these conversations are needed to help the community heal and grow. Accountability, responsibility, reciprocity, respectability.
And welcome back to the Average Black Man Show. We got Meech, we got Percy, and we got Don Dada. John over there being the Don Dada.
Don Dada.
Don Dada. You don't know no Don Dada like this Don Dada boy. Nah, but so we finna get ignorant, as Percy said in the pre show that we had. We're finna get ignorant. We're gonna talk about compromise versus settling.
Oh man, I thought we was talking about bitches.
Well, that's we can, because do they compromise or do they settle? See, my position on this is that there's a clear distinction between making a compromise and settling, because compromise is just basically, making an adjustment so that both people can get what they want, versus settling is like, well, you just asked out and the other person get what they, it's like saying being a yes man. So the reason I had this idea, because I talk to a lot of women, and women always be like, I'd rather be single than settle. And I always say, well, ain't that still settling? Because you want a relationship. And then if you don't get this relationship, then you settle for being alone, for not having it, right? No, they ain't the same. That ain't the same thing. I'll be rolling. What y'all think, though?
It's the same. I think it's the same.
That compromise and settling is the same, or
no? That wanting to have a relationship but not settling, and then basically saying I'll stay single. That's settling for being single because you really desire a relationship.
Right. No, because I'd rather have. I ain't one of them women that do like the song say, I'd rather have a piece of a man than no man at all. You know how they be on that stuff.
They don't sing them type of songs no more.
Right.
Show them.
That's a problem.
That's what the problem is. Shout out to everybody watching in the comments. So let me do this here so we can go through this little part. Get this out the Weezy. Bow. Compromise versus settling. Perfect is the enemy of good. Now this is real, because John and I, we've had conversations about this where he was saying he was dating a young lady, and then like everything was good with her, and he was like, but why isn't that good enough? Why isn't this enough? Like, you remember having that conversation?
Yeah, probably. We have a lot of those.
Right. And that's what, that's kind of what this is built on, this idea. So this is the whole, the standpoint, like a woman to come across a guy that's a good man, financially stable, ambitious, emotionally mature, funny, loyal, a great communicator, supportive, attractive, but he ain't tall enough. Throw the whole man away. Throw the whole man away. Cause I ain't settling. I ain't settling for something I don't want. And men do the same thing too. You know, find a woman that's attractive, loyal, feminine, good personality, supportive, provides them peace. She good in the bedroom, family orientated, ambitious, but she might not be as tight. She might just be a meat stick. I was just fucking with. I just fuck with Beach. Yes, yeah, that's it.
That meat stick.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that's the world gonna be catching on.
Yeah. So basically, don't chase perfect and miss out on building something real with somebody. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much the premise of what's going on. Anybody in the comments, if y'all want to come up and join, write in the comments you want to join the panel. I will put the link for y'all to join because we can talk your madness. Now,
I really don't know the difference between settling. I mean, I know what you say, settling and compromise, but ain't compromise basically the same shit? You still ain't getting what you fully want. You compromising what you want.
No, compromise would be like, babe, so what I want hamburgers, and I'm gonna give it just a mundane example. This is trivial as hell. We always eat hamburgers. I want hamburgers. I want a pizza. Okay, how about we have pizza this time and then tomorrow we have hamburgers? That's a compromise.
That's settling because you really wanted hamburgers. You really wanted pizza. You know what I mean? You didn't settle for some shit you don't want. Now you eat both
sides. I can see both sides. How it's a compromise. How it could be different. Like a compromise is because you're still getting what you want. You just compromise the time frame that you're gonna get. Whereas settling is like you're not getting what you want at all, ever.
Right.
And compromise may not be what you want, getting what you want. And I mean, I don't know. It's kind of to me. We all settle.
There's different types of compromises, though. So, like, let's say, for instance, kind of like what Tim was saying. So, let's say, you with a girl. I like gangster movies, right? But she want to watch a rom-com. So, compromise is like, all right, we'll watch the rom-com tonight as long as you come and watch Goodfellas with me tomorrow. Okay, cool. That's a compromise. We both get what we want, where it's just a difference in time frame. Whereas if she never gives me that gangster movie and it's just always rom-com all the time, that's it.
I'll say so. Compromise, your definition is you always get what you want. You just maybe not at the time you want.
Yeah, I would say at some point you do get what you want, just not at the time you want, or there's like some type of mutual agreement to where neither one of y'all are getting what y'all want.
And that's even worse.
which yeah. So to a certain extent, you know what I mean? Like that could be settling if you neither one of you get what you want. But sometimes, especially in relationships, not just relationships, friendships, business partnerships, sometimes you gotta do those compromises to make it work.
I mean, well, everything in life is a compromise, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I wanted to do this shit at 5:30, and here we are at 6:30. I stay later at the office just to stay on and shit. So everything is a compromise.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes with relationships, you compromise a lot. Your ass is settling because you missing out.
Yeah.
Let's see what some people talking about.
Compromise versus settling. So when you are dating, you want to compromise on things, but you do not want to settle. So the difference is when you're compromising, you're making sure they pass all your non-negotiables, right? You have your non-negotiables. The reason they're called non-negotiables because you don't negotiate on those things. So if you say my non-negotiable is a Christian, he has to value family. He has to want kids. Guess what? You can't date anyone who is not Christian, who does not value family, and who does not want kids. Then you would be settling. But to compromise is like, maybe they're not as tall as you want. You're okay with that. Or maybe they aren't the complexion you want. That's cool, but you're not settling, right? Settling comes when you find yourself laxing all of your non-negotiables. You're like, you know what? I know they said they're not Christian. It's cool. I can go with that. Or, oh, you know what? I know they said that they don't want kids. Maybe I convinced them. No, 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 no. When you compromise, both parties are satisfied. But when you are settling, you find yourself accommodating instead of compromising. Accommodating is when you basically fulfill all this person's needs, fulfill all their boxes, but they're not doing that for you. So make sure when you're out here dating, you're doing a good job of compromising, because you're not going to get everything in one person, but you're not settling.
Booyaka. I'm gonna play. I got a bunch of different perspectives, so play a
Yeah,
couple
probably
of them.
sound kind of like mine, where it's like you pretty much not getting what you want at all, but you know the two people do kind of get what they want when they compromise. Tiny, but she did have a couple of little turns in there that was different from mine.
Yeah,
Have you ever been in a relationship where it hasn't felt like you've compromised too much, where you settle? I mean, maybe not settling, but you felt you've compromised too much where you feel compromised?
Oh, yes.
I mean, have you been in a relationship where that hasn't happened?
No, I've been in a relationship where I felt compromised.
And we can touch on that because this month is Men's Mental Health Month, and I want to do like the next joint to be about men's mental health. But we can touch on that today too, because that kind of touches on what we're talking about right now, what you just said.
But at the end of the day, I guess it's still like my choice that I was compromised because I allowed it to happen.
Yeah, I think it's all a lot of compromising. I mean, life is all we do all day.
Some scenarios, like relationship literally is all compromise, but settling to me is like we said, is accepting behavior that does not match your values. Values is literally your core
Exactly.
you. But like compromise could be like, you know, like something that he doesn't put his socks in his hamper. Am I good? Like that's not ideal. I'm a very like clean person, but it's like, I'll deal. Yeah, that's a compromise.
Yeah.
I mean, I like those definitions.
I'll go through a few. I'm just go through a few of them.
All right, let's talk about regret. So regret is a byproduct of compromise versus settling. See, now settling, when you got to settle, that actually leads to resentment. Compromise at times may lead to regret. So you want to have boundaries, you want to have standards, you want to have expectations for what you're going for and what you're not going for. And if it is something that you regret and it's already done, if it's negative, you need to let that go, because we can't be dwelling on negativity. We can't be putting our energy into dwelling on negativity, reliving those moments. So we have to stay focused on the positive. We have to focus on moving forward and showing up with courage for ourselves by letting go of the regret, using it as a lesson, which a lesson is a blessing. Now we know what we're not doing anymore. We won't compromise anymore in that way. We know we're not settling, because that's going to lead to resentment, which is going to lead to a crash out, and we don't want to disconnect from aspects of ourselves that we are seeking to elevate us. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's how you can overcome regret, by not compromising. Another way you can overcome regret is by letting it go. Let go of the negativity. That's the duality. Sucking it up versus letting it go. If it's negative, let that shit go. You can move forward positively. You don't want to hold on to those negative memories. Now, when it comes to the past, if it's positive aspects of the past, you can hold on to that, and you can actually use the negative parts of the past as a marker to know how you're not going to move anymore, like I just said. So you want to keep all of these things in mind. You want to make sure that you're conscious of all these aspects, because that is God. God is consciousness. That's the substance floating through everything. That's source.
what he's talking about ties into what I want to bring up, red flags, because those negative aspects we tend to look consider those as red flags, and a lot of times we ignore those red flags. You know what I'm saying? And then as you get older, some of the yellow flags you used to think were yellow flags become red flags. I thought I had some with a different position.
Compromise and settling is the same action. The only difference is compromising is compromising for what you want. When you settle for less than you expect. But it's the same action. When you compromise, you're compromising for what you want. But when you settle, you're not settling for something that you want. You're settling for what you get.
That does make a lot of sense because if you settle, like if I'm in if we're getting a divorce, right? I'm really not getting what I want, but we're settling on, okay, well, I'm at least getting something. I'm getting a portion of it, not the whole thing.
In a compromise, you got a choice. You got a choice to compromise or a choice not to compromise, and then there's no end. But in the settlement, you have no choice. So if you settle in a relationship, you're settling to stay in that relationship and accept that person the way they are, even if they're not going to change. But if you compromise, so they're changing so that the outcome is the family gets something great, it's something that you want. But in the settling, everybody ain't happy. Somebody ain't happy.
I'm not going to settle because, I want to be in a relationship. I'm going to decide if you disturb my peace, I'm moving. It's just that simple.
It's compromise when all parties give up something or give up some things that are not major items so that you can reach an agreement. Everybody loses a little of things that are not the most important to them, right? But with settling, you're often just giving up and sometimes giving up on major things just so the issue can be done. You often end up doing this and getting less than what you feel you deserve. Okay, and it doesn't require that both or all parties give up anything. It just requires that one person do it. Okay, and so that's the difference between, and often we do that because you feel like you might not get anything better, so you settle. That's the difference between settling and compromise.
How y'all feel about that shit they said?
I mean, they're making some good points. I mean, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say they're making some good points. I mean, compromise versus settling. I would say sometimes, I don't know if this is my nature as a man or just my nature as Jonell. I want to compromise because I just want to resolve the issue. I'm looking to always resolve the issue. And sometimes I think I compromise too much and don't even realize you settling. But, it's still a necessary. I wouldn't even say it's a necessary evil. It's just a necessary.
Yeah, from me listening to it, this sounds like a lot of people really don't know the difference. And I think that through life experience, a lot of us, like the brother was talking about, that resentment. Y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I lost you for a second.
Okay. And for a lot of us, that resentment gets baked into us to where things that we used to compromise and be open to shut off. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then
Well,
we start to build
Well,
barriers. Then, huh?
well, what do you mean? You say that what you compromise that you start to shut stuff off?
Right? Like because when you look at your life from the spectrum, things that you would put up with when you were younger, now that you're older, those things that used to be green flags become yellow flags, they eventually becoming
Yeah.
red flags because you go through something and then you get older and be like, I ain't never doing that shit again.
Yeah.
and so now it's attached to something negative. That whole so then you get to a point to where, like in the video, like one of the young ladies was saying in the video, where you start to believe that compromise and settling are the same thing.
Yeah. Nah, I can believe that. I think, you know what I mean, we are what, in our mid 40s. Some of us in our late 40s. But I think yeah, man, at this age, I think that shit gets harder and harder. It's like you so dead set on not settling that you ain't even compromising. And we see a lot of red flags, man. There's always red flags. If there wasn't red flag, I mean, there's red flags with everybody. I think now we just see too many red flags. Like, man, fuck that. I'm not putting up with that shit.
I think that's a good point that you made. I think a lot of people are so dead on not settling that they don't even realize that they didn't even have a compromise.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even willing to compromise either.
that's facts.
Exactly. And that's what we are in this world, man. Let me see
That's
which
actually
one
pretty
it
deep.
is.
Like you ain't even willing to compromise.
Right. And
I
that's
think it gets harder, man.
jaded and bitterness.
Yeah, we didn't all been through shit where it's like, and you may think you want to compromise, but at the same time, you may think, nah, that's too far of a compromise.
All right. So let's look at how we move when we were younger. Why we tend to ignore these red flags when we're younger and we mistake it for compromising, because you know when you're younger, you look through the world through dating potential. Like, you know, in the women's case, you know, dealing with a man that's, you know, he starting out in school or something, you know, you see the potential to where you're gonna. Same with a woman, you know, you see how she moves, she got the potential, good character to be a good wife. You know, a lot of reasons when we're younger we ignore these red flags is because of limited life experiences. But it's this same life experience though that's later on gonna become the issue. Get to where we won't compromise, you know. Then when you're younger, you ignore red flags because physical attraction has a greater influence. You know, like, damn, she fine, she got ass. I know her house is dirty, she got ass though. You know what I'm saying?
Now that's a compromise.
That's crazy.
That would be a compromise, not say.
But this is just what I'm saying, like ignoring red flags, because when you're younger, you'll deal with this type of relation, you'll deal with this type of woman, and then 30 years later, like, this bitch don't clean up shit. But you knew that. You know what I mean?
Because we value different things once we get older.
Right. That's what I'm gonna go through. Like there's optimism bias when you're young, so you ignore red flags. You desire for new experiences, so you ignore the red flags. A lot of people may not even realize that subconsciously we put ourselves through hurt so we can recognize it later. Jeez. Then there's the fear of missing out. You know, man, this the finest bitch I ever fuck with. If I don't deal with her, then I'll probably never get a chick this bad. But you know, stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, 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 boom. So let me go to the next one. So this one, we get a little older. When we get a little older, why it's harder when you get a little older, because you can't ignore the red flags. Experience makes patterns more obvious. And so the problem with that is as soon as you see something that ain't right, like, nope, I ain't about to deal with that shit. I already seen that shit coming.
Yep.
You can have the shit wrong. You date on reality instead of potential, because as you get older, you be like, we 30 now, nigga. You shouldn't be trying to figure it out. You should have it figured out. The consequences of ignoring the red flags are better understood. Independence is already established. Like, I don't need this motherfucker to do shit for me. So get your ass on. I ain't settling for this shit. Emotional scars is what I was talking about before. This bitterness, when somebody hurt you before and you be like, oh, you don't even know a person. You just meet them out the gate and be like, this person remind me of this. I already know where this is going. You make assumptions. You have less of a desire to fix people, and less of a desire to think that they're gonna figure it out. Like, we should be figured out together. Red flags are no longer romanticized. It's not exciting no more. I know she a hoe, but that just means she gonna. That just means when she
the shit out of me.
Yeah, she gonna fuck the shit out of me. Goddamn. That type of shit, right? And then lastly is where we are right now, being old. See, this is the problem with being old, is that you go right back to ignoring the red flags. But the reasons behind it is what's deep. So why a person in their 40s might still ignore the red flags? Fear of being alone long term, the fear of dying alone. The dating pool is shrinking. Ain't that many good options. It's like shit. Like the song say, a piece of a man is better than no man. The mindset starts to get that. You desire companionship over actual relationship. Coming across sexual chemistry is rare. So this is where I see a lot of women be like, I want to have sex first and see if I like you later. And the reason they do that is because they want to see if you're sexually compatible, because they don't want to start investing emotion. And then they fall in love, and then they go to give you some, and then it's whack. Then it's like, oh man, I ain't gonna be able to stick through this. I'm gonna end up cheating or something.
You think that's just a woman thing?
No, I'm just using that as an example. This is both of these is things that human beings do. This is all human conditions. Yeah. When we get older, we mistake familiarity with compatibility. Like, so whereas before, when you see the red flag and be like, oh, I seen this shit before. I already know what I'm about to get away. Hell nah. You get older and be like, man, I seen that shit before, so I know it ain't that bad. You know what I mean? Like, you put up with it. Like, it ain't. I already know what to expect. This ain't that bad. It's better than being alone. When you get older, it goes right into the next one. You believe you can manage the red flag. Like, all right, I already know what to expect. I already know what this person gonna do. Then the midlife crisis mentality. Something called, I forgot what that was in my notes. People just get tired of dating, and with these dating apps, I'm sure you come across that a lot. Like, I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm gonna just get me one chick and just be like, fuck it. With these dating apps is crazy. All I'm doing is spending money. I'm going on 10 $300 dates a month, spending thousands of dollars, and I ain't getting nothing out of it. Like, this is crazy.
It do add up.
Right. And see, women don't understand that standpoint of it. They'll quickly to hit you with the sign language. So if you just broke, say so. If you just broke, say so.
Bitch, I'm broke. I'll say. It's hard to admit.
Right. When you get older, you overcorrect from being too picky, because you start questioning yourself as you get much older, like shit, I've been picky and looking for all these certain things for too long. Maybe I need to stop looking for perfect and just look for something cool. The financial security and all of that. You get old, get ready to retire, healthcare and all of that. The idea, well, all of this falls back into managing in the relationship, managing the red flag. You think this red flag that this person has ain't as bad as the red flag another person has. So, well, since it ain't what they, like let me see. So like a woman be like, well, I know he ain't shit, but the last nigga used to hit me. At least he ain't beating me. You know what I mean? So they justify it like that. They want the relationship to work more than they want the truth. And the truth is to acknowledge that the red flag exists. Yep.
So it kind of goes in a cycle.
It's right. It's a cycle. So in the beginning, you be optimistic and you don't know no better. Then in the middle, you get rigid because you know better.
Yeah.
But then when you get old, it's like, well, shit. All that shit I was doing when I was younger wasn't working. I'm still by myself and ain't got shit. So maybe I was wrong.
Because your shit had old in the 40s. I don't know if old is in the 40s. It be seeming like old is closer to the 60s where they be like,
well, just 40s and up.
Fuck it, we about to die. We might as well just get together. Go through these
But
last 10, 15 years.
But again, it's why not even just necessarily that you old. It's because even in your 40s, you can still ignore the red flags. Like I say all the time, I talk to a lot of women about it in the back chats and stuff. And I tell them all the time, like, look, we done had 3 generations of niggas ain't shit and I can do it all by myself. And now are women at right now, women are like, I want the soft life. Where all the men that used to be back in the days that pay bills and shit? Where y'all at? Men ain't men no more. So it's like they went through that middle phase already where them doing it by themselves is like, man, fuck this shit. It sounded good when I was young in my 20s. I was a boss and all of that shit, but now fuck, I want to sit down and not do shit now.
What does that mean, the soft life? I have a good idea, but I've been hearing that a lot lately.
So what is that working? They
tired of working.
Out here hustling and struggling.
Yeah,
Jonelle was just telling me that there was a story that a lot of women are starting to die younger now because they out here working themselves to the bone. So they don't want to. So the soft life is this shit I'm doing right now. It's hard. I got 2 jobs. I'm working 2 jobs, taking care of these kids by myself. Nigga, this shit hard. I need a soft life. I need a soft life. I need somebody to come help me.
They had the soft life. They didn't like.
Huh?
I said they had the soft life. They didn't like their end of the bargain.
Don't hurt them, man.
That's the contradiction I always say. I laugh at how there are a lot of women that have what I call, and this is not all, don't bite me up, eat me up in the comments. They have what I call selective feminism. Because patriarchy, they'll say patriarchy is the problem. Patriarchy failed us. But then want you as a man to do everything patriarchy say. Pay all the bills, take care of her, all of that, take care of the house. Because a real man, that shit PB saying, when they get to say that shit, you got to get the fuck on. Because a real man.
A real man.
Right. And what I find interesting is how you'll come across women that say, the reason I'm like this is because this is how I saw my father. My father this, my father did that. My mother didn't have to lift a finger, blah, blah, blah. And it's cool. But the minute a man say, well, I want to meet a woman that's like my mother because my mother did this and my mother did this. My mother had my daddy's dinner ready when he got home from. He appreciated the shit that he did and all. And what the women hit you with. I ain't trying to be no mama. You looking for a mama. You not looking for a woman. See, they try to twist that bullshit. I hate that shit.
You got that right, man.
Go ahead,
I saw
talk your shit, P.
I saw a meme earlier that had this chick. She said she looking for a sugar daddy, but with diabetes.
The fuck that?
Like,
Sugar daddy with diabetes.
Yeah.
That nigga damn near gone, huh?
Man.
But that's kind of sick because now you're plotting on a man's death. You're looking at his social security. You're looking at all these other different things. You know, it's like, so what are your intentions into it? Like, to me,
so keeping in the line of topic, would that man be compromising or settling? If it's a old fat dude out of shape and all of that, and he got diabetes, and now he get to rock with this little 29, 30-year-old little hot fire.
That's a personal for everybody, because a lot of dudes, man, they older. I went to the comedy club, I think last weekend before last, and that's what something they said. They was like, man, you got all these old niggas out here fucking it up. They got all this extra retirement, extra time. They out there, they used to pay one bill, now they paying bills, fucking up for everybody else. So I mean, at a certain point, I know that, like, I don't know if I'm settling. I mean, that's a little bit of compromise, because shit, if you old 50, 60, somebody 20, 30 years old, you got to spend the money anyway. You can't take it with you anyway. You start looking at life a little bit different at that point.
Yeah.
Like he earned it, huh?
I would say it's a bit of a compromise for both.
It is a kind. I mean,
and they both getting something they want. Well, hopefully he is. We know she is, but hopefully he is.
He getting something if he's spending that money. You know what I mean? I know they be saying, "Oh, I don't even have to sleep with him. He just gonna give me." You gonna have to do something.
What if it's wood, not wooden?
Willie Earl gonna find a way.
He still want the attention. What they always say, they be up in the strip club just wanting to talk.
I've been there before.
Shit, I still like attention. I go to the strip club to say no sometimes. I just like that attention. Like, no, thank you.
You living out your fantasies. Get to tell bitches no.
You see, I'm over here eating this shit.
Shit, they been telling me no my whole life. All I wanted to do is tell her she dropped her purse. Oh, she
my turn.
Nigga, I got a man. Like, oh damn, man. I was just saying you dropped your shoe. Damn.
Yeah.
Bitch, I am in a relationship.
In a strip club.
Paper relationship.
In a strip club, like, what do you think I came here? Do you think I'm a trick? Kind of man.
That's what some of it don't get, man. I really do. We go to this job. I'm gonna just tell all these bitches.
I came here because there's delicious chicken wings and they have cheap drinks. You just so happen to be naked. What kind of man do you think? Do you think I come to strip clubs to tip the women? I never clutching my pearls.
For the wings, huh? You just so happen to be here.
You just so happen to be.
Meanwhile, you can have about 18 wing joints.
Right. But they ain't got them. They don't got those wings though.
Shit.
See, you go to strip club, they got mango barbecue wings. You can't get that just everywhere.
No, you can't. The whole smell. You know what I mean? They use the reused grease and shit. You know, it's different.
They fried in baby oil.
Yeah, they fried in something different. You know what I mean? But it's like one thing about this topic is that just me personally, like I've done both, and like just listening to other people and seeing like where they're at between the compromise and The settling to me is that you lose yourself inside of the settling. The compromise, you it's kind of like what Meech was saying. Like you still hold some type of ground that's positive that represents you inside that compromise. Where I'm at now, I'm looking at it more about I'm not really going to deal with you like in the physical aspect. Is like I have to deal with you in the spiritual aspect. So if me being around you is disrupting my spirit, my like who I am, like my peace, I'm not gonna compromise or settle for anything at at that point. So what I'll notice when they said when they get older and they have um like the companionship, like I'm not going to fall for the same different type of tactic that a woman would use in their younger days. Like even now, I've noticed that females they lead with sex and then talk about a relationship afterwards. And it's like now it's like it seemed like you tried to trap me into this relationship because damn, you threw it at me and I took it and now we're in a relationship type of deal, which is like wait a minute, like what's going on here? It don't have to be that. Like we can just like we're at the point like we already went through it. So the title like I can tell you that we're in a relationship and do some bogus stuff, or I cannot tell you we're in a relationship and remain true to you because it's more about the companionship, not about the titles, not about the ownership with me. It's just like I know for sure I'm not gonna compromise or settle my with my peace, or if you're or you disrupting my spirit or my family. Like I'm not doing either one of those anymore. So that's my standpoint on that.
So that's a good perspective. Um, and I wouldn't want to compromise and settle my peace neither. But you know, from my perspective, I'm 45 and I'm single now. So every human being I done dealt with, you know what I mean, is ended ultimately in shit. There wasn't enough compromise there, or I didn't settle one or the other. But
Yeah.
it do feel harder as you get older. You know what I mean? I get older and it's like there's so much shit going on. I don't want to disturb my peace, but at the same time, I don't want to be alone forever.
No, it's not like for me, it's not about being alone. It's just that I'm not going to compromise or settle either one. Like we could exist inside the same spot and do the exact same thing that you say that we're in a relationship and do. But I'm not going to be into make a commitment towards a relationship if you're disrupting me. Like I said before, I did both compromise and settle, and only thing that led to was resentment.
Are you at that stage right now in life where you see more red flags and you know what I mean? You just see more red flags than you used to?
Not necessarily red flags. Like I say, like I don't even. It's how I feel around you. You know, it's like if we're talking and I open up to you and then we have a conversation and you're kind of upset about something, you throw that back into my face. Or you know what I mean? It's just those things that well, I would say it's just those it's like I do have red flags. And it's like what I've noticed is that I meet the same person a couple different times. That they have like the kind of like the same personality of like of an ex. And I'll just like look at it like, okay, so how do I handle this? Do I try to make up some of the wrongs that I did with the other person, with the person that has the same type of personality? Or do I just look for the red flags? Or you know, so but at that point it was like, how do I feel around this person? Am I comfortable? Um am I disturbed? Like am I anxious or do this person make me comfortable and I feel peace around this person? That's like the main thing. Like I just want to be at peace. Like I've dealt with chaos for like damn near 15 years. So it's like anything that's chaotic or just corrupt, nah, you gotta get the fuck out of my face.
And as I would say, from my experience, we gonna always deal with something a little chaotic. You know what I mean? Because that's what we've only dealt with so far.
Yeah.
That's that's why we all still single. If it wasn't chaotic and all rosy shit, we wouldn't be single no more. That's what's scary to me is those experiences that, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I didn't deal with a lot of chaotic shit too. So I see it coming more than I probably used to.
Right. Yeah. You see it. You're like, I'm not and like with me, where I'm at now, I'm so at peace that when I see it, I look at it and I'm like, look, I'm not gonna deal with the emotional part of this, of whatever it is going on right now, because you're working off of emotions. And what that is trying to do is trying to trigger me to get into my emotions and misbehave and act out of my character. So at this point in time, I'm gonna stop the emotion with you and let you deal with it. And after you calm down or you have come to some conclusion within yourself, then we can talk about it. But I'm not arguing with a person. I'm not doing any of that at this point. You know,
I
like
feel you on that.
it doesn't make any sense. So like I'm more about looking past like the physical aspects right now, and I'm looking at whatever demons that the person has. Like what demons it is in this person that I can either deal with or not deal with, and what's my flaws, and how will this person look at my flaws, how this person treat my flaws. And it's more on that, like I said, it's like a spiritual aspect. Like I see the physical, but it's like, yeah, like I'd rather have like peace, like, and that's just period.
No, I think we done fought so damn hard, man. We've all been through divorces, and you fight so damn hard to come back from that shit. And I mean, we just all young black men that we ain't young no more, but we was black men that grew up in the 90s.
We ain't 65 yet.
Yeah, I mean, we still young enough, yeah, but we didn't came through a lot of shit where it's like,
y'all don't knock that off when we 65. Y'all gonna be like, we still young, we still
Yeah, exactly. You supposed to, nigga. You supposed to do.
A lot of us didn't be here at 45. What's that?
I said, when you start getting them senior discounts, you can't deny it then.
Well, shit, a lot of us didn't expect to be here at 45. You know, is my point. Is like we didn't deal with so much shit. I had no plans growing up to be 30. There was nothing like I need to work towards this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially when I was a lot younger, it was like, all right, I'll be dead or in jail by that time. So I just got to live for today and do everything I can today because it ain't gonna matter in the future. Right. But a lot of us have grown past that. You know, we've been married, we've been divorced, we struggle to get past all. Huh?
Like, oh shit, I'm still here. I'm not in jail. I guess I got
peace. Yeah, and now we didn't come down a little semblance of peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the crazy part about that is all four of us is in the same generation to where we can remember, at least I remember, going to elementary school and them telling us like, you're a black man in America in this age, you're gonna either be before you dead in jail before you're 18, and if you live past 18, you're gonna be in prison. Yeah. So, like John was saying, none of us plan to live this long.
Crazy.
Real talk. In 1997, if dude that did the drive-by would have shot one more bullet, I might not be here. Like for real.
But we are here, you know what I mean? We are here. We made it. We done found some semblance of peace, some semblance of success. And it's hard to imagine that disrupted. Because we didn't all been through that disruption and shit too.
Even if, hey, man, even when you got your woman, it's going to be disrupted.
It's going to be disruption. So, I mean, that's where that compromise come in. It's going to be. Because we ain't never lived without it. Shit, how you imagine living without it now?
Because it's the fact of the matter is, and I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna have all the women mad at me. and this is just my personal opinion, I don't think women realize there's two people in a relationship.
Nah, bruh. Nah, you right. You right. You right with that shit.
I don't. I really don't.
It's about me because the man dolls never talk back when they was playing dolls. Like it was just them talking.
That's interesting psychology.
That damn sure is.
I never thought about that.
When they played dolls, right? She told the man doll. She told
I ain't
Ken
never
what to do.
a girl.
She
I mean,
told
the
him.
girl with the dolls and the Ken doll talk.
Yeah,
Right.
Kid ain't never said nothing bad. He never back talk, agree to everything.
Right.
Nothing,
Everything.
yep.
Right. He was just an accessory.
Yep. Facts.
Ken was paying for everything. The Barbie mansion.
That's all he wanted to do.
Ken was even sipping in Toy Story.
Right.
Yeah.
No, in Toy Story, they kind of like a little. They made him a little Metro. Like he was like, "Come look at my outfits, girl."
Like our old boy from Scooby Doo. What's that fool name?
Who's Shaggy?
Nah, the other dude with the little thing.
The ascot with ascot.
Yeah.
Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie.
Yeah, man, that's interesting psychology. Yeah,
that is true. Oh shit!
When they play dolls, if the boy talk, all he's saying is yes, and I love you, and you're so beautiful.
Right.
And
Yep.
all that.
Kissing and all those stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're the greatest in the world and all of that. No, but the reason I say that's deep psychology is because the psychology of your childhood does shape how you are as an adult. And look at how we grew up. We grew up doing competitive stuff. When you look at, there was actually I can't remember the name of the damn study, but it was a study where they was talking about, look at the psychology of kids on the playground. Like it's evident that the girls are more communal than boys. Boys are more competitive. Every game boys play on the playground are competitive. Basketball, racing, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Football, there's a winner and there's a loser. But for them, who's the winner in jump rope? Who wins jump rope? You see what I'm saying?
I think you can win hopscotch, right?
Yeah, hopscotch, but hopscotch is a what you call it, a unisex game.
Yeah.
Tetherball is a unisex game. I'm saying stuff where if you go out to the playground, you will not see boys for the most part, with the exceptions, of course, playing jump rope, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Writing names on the notebook. This my husband. They talking about Bobby Brown, my husband. You on mute, P?
I'm just laughing, bro.
No, the one that used to kill me when they don't even say husband, they say baby daddy.
Damn.
Oh wow.
Remember when they used to do that? Oh yeah, that's my baby daddy. I'm like, damn, we ain't even, you know what I'm saying? You're not eligible to be a wife.
But see, and that mentality goes earlier, what I was mentioning earlier when I was talking about how they got all of these generations of I don't need a man, I can do it by myself. And now they're living in a time where they see that shit don't work. Because they got the hashtag marriage is not the goal. So already out the gate, they look at marriage as settling. What is marriage? Marriage is a whole institute of compromise. It's two people that got to learn how to deal with each other. That's why I said earlier, I'm gonna make a lot of women mad when I say what I said. I really don't think that women realize there's two people in a relationship. Y'all laughing because it makes perfect sense.
Oh, they laughing in the comments.
No, I'm saying John and P.
Oh,
I'm laughing because like I thought the same thing before, and like relationships are like one sided like at like some point.
I've experienced it.
I think we've
I
all
have to think it.
experienced that
Yeah,
shit.
you have to think it. I experienced it.
I think we've all experienced that shit where it can feel one-sided as shit. Cause like I said, I think a lot of us, it's in our nature to try to just resolve the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me? Because I inputs. Do y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I hear you.
Okay.
And a lot of shit don't matter to me that much. You know what I mean? I'm not dug in on a lot of shit. So it feels like it don't always be too hard to try to resolve the problem.
Yeah, that's right, L Boogie. Y'all see it on the screen? Women tend to be all for one, one for all. They actually got a phrase that they use that's called you know what I'm trying to say. But they actually got a phrase that I hear women say lately. It's they say I'm a girl's girl. And basically when I get to seeing them move in this girl stuff, this girl stuff is basically like, even if they know a woman is wrong, they won't call her out or nothing.
That right there is a huge part of the problem.
Right.
That is the problem.
And they try to make the comparison like, well, men be saying a man's man. I'm like, well, a man's man to a man is like a man I'm trying to aspire to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be the man, you know, successful, all of that stuff. That's a man's man. You know, Grizzly Adams with the big beard out there chopping wood, you know, saying knocking fools out with one punch. Oh, yeah, that's a man's man right there. Like he hard, you know, he a G.
Yeah.
And those type of dudes will usually tell you what it is.
Right. But in contrast, a girl's girl is like basically fuck men and I'm gonna have your side no matter what, girl. Even if you wrong, you ain't wrong. Everything is a man fault.
Everything.
All right. Well, this topic kind of faded off. I just came across something right now, and this is crazy because this is something talking about how girls out here aging crazy and how they dressing and how they present themselves. Can y'all see it on the screen? Oh, but y'all not gonna hear it. Damn, y'all not gonna hear it. I gotta switch my mic input back for y'all to hear it. Damn. Well, y'all might hear it since I'm sharing the screen. Let's see. Tell me if y'all hear it. Do y'all hear it?
Oh, hell no. What is up with
Y'all
these
don't hear
young
it?
women looking older nowadays? Stop with the makeup and the tight clothes.
Now, before the hoes come in the comments saying, oh, he's just being a creep, she looks young, take a look at what women think about other women.
And would people think that you're younger or older?
I always get told I look younger.
How old do you think she is?
25.
25? Okay. She's actually 15.
You're actually old. Absolutely not.
And how old are you?
18.
How old do you think she is?
24.
24?
Yeah.
She's actually 18.
No way. She's 18?
Yep. And how old are you?
I'm 14.
And would people think that you're 14? You sure?
Yeah, I know.
Stop letting your teenage daughters dress like older sluts. I'm saying that as bluntly as I can because you guys need to understand this. I am amazed every summer when I walk around here in Brooklyn, New York, and I see fathers walking next to their 12, 13, 14-year-old daughters with the tiniest shorts, the crop tops, the low cut. This is stuff that the thotty girls, when I was in school, they had to sneak it in their backpack. And they got into it after school. Now y'all are letting them go to school dressed like they're for sale. And I say this all the time because I'm so tired of it. This is one of the long-term negative effects of feminism. You told women, be free, be like men. And that just led to women wearing a third of the clothing that men wear. And then you will blame men. Oh, they're sexualizing the girls. No, these girls are sexualizing themselves. That first girl was her shirt was down to here. He's right. Stop wearing so much makeup. Stop wearing such tight clothing. And stop letting these girls out the house like that. You, parents, are the gatekeepers. Be more strict. Be unliked. It's okay that your daughters don't like you.
You have a husband.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not old enough for that.
How old are you?
14.
Oh, hell no. What is up with these young women looking older nowadays, man? Stop with the makeup and the tight clothes.
Now, before the
Now that's crazy. Now in that video, she played women like, oh, saying, you know, a lot of these girls be thinking people think I'm older than what I am. Like, well, how old are you? She's like, oh, I'm 17. And then the girl that says she's 17, they show her picture to the next girl and ask her.
We heard it, yeah, we saw it and heard it. We was able to hear it all.
And all. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's a trip that because women will make the argument that these girls aren't dressing older, they don't look older. If you look at her face, you can see she a baby. Stop looking, you know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is that, but we were just talking about that the other day, like how you just see people going to school, like, what are they wearing? This is crazy.
It's crazy.
And the thing about it is that like the argument the lady made when she said, you know, women will try to say, well, men are just sexualizing these kids. Ain't titties and ass sexual desirable attributes? Like, if I went outside and I didn't have no drawers on, wearing gray sweats, and when I walk, my sweats is like boom, 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 boom. And women looking at that, if they be like, oh, look at it, girl, look at him in gray sweats, I'm supposed to be like, you're just sexualizing me. These are just sweats. What's wrong with you? You're a pervert. Like knock that, man.
Knew the hell you were doing when you were leaving the house.
Yeah, that shit is wild nowadays. Like I said, I got sons, so I'll be thinking, hey, it's a distraction for their ass, you know what I mean? High school and shit.
Man, like for me, I got a daughter, and like I blame the mothers. I'm just gonna be straight up. Like the mothers of these daughters, like they accept the whole culture, and they listen to the whole culture music with their daughters, and they allow their daughters to dress that way because I don't know what it is. Either they wasn't allowed to do it, so they want to give their daughters the opportunity to be free and dress and do whatever they want to do. But like I will go to dance competitions and just be like, I'm just shocked at the movement that they have these girls doing and the actual like uniforms that they had. I was just like, I couldn't be in there. I was like, bro, like any dude that's inside here watching this shit is fucking is disturbed, my nigga, because they are literally teaching these girls like stripper fucking dances. And I'm like, bro, like what the fuck is going on inside here? And the women, they're like clapping. I'm like, I mean, I had to like literally talk about it a couple of times. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, I don't want my daughter in it. Like, but it's like it's cute. Is the excuse or whatever. And I'm like, nah, like y'all don't understand what the repercussions of this type of stuff. Like, that's just me.
When they say living vicariously through their daughters,
They got to be doing something, man.
That's the comment on the screen. Somebody commented.
Like, no, it's just absolutely crazy. Like when you see it, because like the main thing I thought about was like those beauty pageants and like who being the audience of those beauty pageants. I'm like, why would they do all this stuff to their daughters, you know? And then to see it like with dance, I'm like, damn, like they do the exact same thing. Like it's crazy.
It's because they see it through a woman's lens. You know, I'm gonna just be 100% intellectually honest. Women are women and men are men. There is a difference between this. Y'all can hate me in the comments and kill all that. There is a difference. So whereas men see certain things in a certain aspect, They don't see it that way. Where see, man, it's hot outside. I'm about to put on some shorts because it's hot. They go outside with some shorts on. Other women see them. Oh, girl, that's cute. It's hot. Yeah, it's hot. I should get. Where'd you get those? Them is cute. I'm gonna get me some. When we see, when men see, it's like, damn, that's ass. Right? We don't see. Oh, those shorts are cute. We don't even see the design. Only design we see on the shorts is that the ass is out. We don't know if they cut into whatever the name of the design is, low cut. We don't see none of that shit. You know what I mean? We don't see none of that. So it's just that's the fact of the matter of it. So when you was going to your daughter's majorette competitions and stuff, you're looking at them seeing the shit you see in the strip club. So in your mind, it's like, man, what the fuck is going on in this? The fuck? You know what I mean? But women just see, oh, they just dancing.
Like, nah, that's not just dancing.
But because for them it's not that. They don't look at another female body and have the same reaction that a man would have, because men are different. And I say that with my chest. I don't care if anybody be like, oh man, it ain't no difference between kiss my ass with that dumb shit.
Damn, dumb shit.
We are about if I kill somebody and my hand get cut, right? My hand get cut and I drip some blood on the ground. When the police come in and the forensics, they're gonna be like, we looking for a black male. You know what I'm saying?
You can smell the chicken grease in his blood.
Right.
Yeah.
Watermelon shade and shit.
See this policies. You must have been eating policies.
No, but back to the compromise and all of that. All three of y'all men that's watching, or women or whatever, focus on the difference between compromising and settling. Because as you get older, you are gonna loosen up on how you feel. And if you don't, then just say you don't want to be. Don't say I'm not settling for something I don't want. Just say I just want to be single. That to me, that's fair. Than to just be like, then to say I want a relationship, but I'm not gonna settle for a relationship that I don't deserve. That gotta stop. Deserve. Nobody deserves nothing. Nobody owes anybody anything at all. Be happy somebody like your funny looking ass, and just you know what I'm saying. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of us. Like, I wish I still had that clip. It was a clip where it's one of them pop the balloons, and it's a plus size woman there with her stomach sticking all out, and she like, yeah, I pop my balloon because it's the stomach for me. Like, look at his stomach, it's just big, and she's standing there with a big ass stomach. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's the world we live in, and men, we do it too. Men, we do it too. We'll be having receding hairlines and shit, big ass beer bellies, and see the chick that was super bad in high school and be like, damn, she fell off. She done fell off. Look, she done got big and shit. Damn, she used to be dope. like you still young and shit too. It's just a human. It's human conditions, man. It's just what it is. Just what it is, and that's where that
would be falling off.
Wait, are you talking about the pop balloon where the chick said she wanted a dude that worked out in the gym or something like that?
No, it was a chick.
She would look like she ever even sniffed the gym in her life.
It was literally a chick that had a big old belly, and she was looking at a dude and was like, nah, it's the belly for me. You're a nice looking man and all, you're a handsome man, but it's the belly for me. And her belly out. Like, what do you like? And the person doing the reaction to it was like,
well, I mean, she like what she like. She like what she likes. She just gotta wait till she find a dude with abs that want, you know what I'm saying, the big back.
A woman with a belly. Yeah, a woman with a belly.
They out there.
And Right. And then that goes right back to the compromising and settling. So if that anomalous man that she's looking for, that's a bodybuilder, that he a bodybuilder, but he just so happened to not like women that's healthy. He all about health, but he looking for a cheeseburger. You know, like, come on. Man, I know I'm gonna have to find that clip. I ain't gonna find it right now, but I wish I could find it. It would be amazing.
Yeah, definitely send it to me when you find it. They was in the comments talking about like the audacity.
Yeah, I had said that men and women both got audacity looking at that. Like, cause that was the audacity for sure. I was like, man, matter of fact, this is in this group chat over here. I say men and women both got audacity. I think I found it, y'all. No, I think somebody took it down because it ain't coming up. Oh no, this is a different audacity video. This is a different men and women got audacity video.
No,
do y'all
sir.
hear it?
Nah.
Do y'all hear it?
No.
Why
Look at the dog though.
Why they got no sound?
It got sound on your end?
No. As soon as I hit unmute, the sound turns off. Let me see if I open it in a separate browser, if that make a difference.
Okay. Is there any in stock? What did you say? Okay. But when they go, then
Let's
you
see.
get it.
Share screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I still don't hear nothing.
Y'all don't hear that?
It was. I think I heard it like really, really low.
Hey, step into the light. I had sent you the link, girly. I was trying to get you to come up here a long time ago. We needed some women on the panel to balance it out, talk your shit. I don't know what's going on then. If
No, hit play again because I could hear it, but it was like the sound like it was really low.
Right, I'm about to change my input again because for whatever reason, I don't know why, when I use this other input, the mic cuts out and it comes right back on. Mic cut out and come right back on. But y'all able to hear everything. Okay, that's okay. You was out with your son. Shout out to Step Into the Light, y'all. Paradigm Shift. The back chat home girl. All right. Can y'all let me switch my mic input? Okay.
I don't know what it is, but a lot of the men that I used to be attracted to, they don't got ugly as fuck. they think you say that women hit the wall fast, but these niggas, they hit the wall fast.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
I'm talking about gaining weight, bare bellies, receding hairlines, and overall just not taking care of themselves. So, if anything, it's really men that need to be in the fucking gym. Starting at a young age, these men need to get their asses in the gym. Because
yeah, that brother's starving.
like, you can look at a man and tell that he don't take. Now I don't want to hear no bullshit ass excuse that you think it's okay to let yourself go because you're a man.
You stupid. You stupid.
No, the fuck it's not okay to let yourself go because you a nigga. Keep yourself looking. Keep yourself in shape.
Girl, what the fuck?
Keep your hair cut, your beard, your mustache trim. Keep your ass in that gym and eat healthy.
This shit is crazy. This is insane.
Cause y'all crashing into the fucking wall.
Hey! Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man.
Cut the shit. Cut the shit with the wall shit.
I don't know what it is, but a lot of the
Before I heard the sound, I thought that was a dude. I thought that was a dude before I heard her start talking.
Man, I was trying to find a dude in there.
I thought it was a fat dude finna talk about men hitting the wall.
Yeah, facts.
But that's extreme, though.
Oh, I found the one that I was talking about a minute ago.
She had to be trolling, man. She had to be.
As I said, that one was extreme.
She had to be trolling.
It says it's public. How is it a public thing, but nobody can see it? It says it's a public video, but y'all can't see it. This is crazy. Share screen.
It's the pop the balloon one you was talking about?
Y'all see that?
I can see it.
Yeah.
But y'all don't hear it, huh?
Well, yeah.
It's the belly for me. You are an attractive man, but it's the belly.
Is that one dude?
He putting on glasses and shit like, hold on.
That's that one dude. What's his name?
Put on another pair of glasses. He put on another. He put on.
I know what's going on here. Y'all trying to get me canceled. You see, y'all are mad that I'm cracking people up. Y'all just mad. Y'all are sick.
The whole point of me showing that was to show that, you know, you always hear women be like, the audacity. Ooh, the audacity. Well, women got audacity too. Man, it's a human condition, man. If y'all don't get out of here with that shit.
Mad audacity. Especially the bald head chick.
Well, I gotta be out of line. I'm showing human behavior. Like
That ain't normal human behavior. It can't be.
Man. But yeah, we had a good conversation, guys, early on. Is there anything y'all want to touch on, or any ideas? Huh?
No, I said no. I think we did have a good conversation. Like I said, I think it is compromising and settling. I mean, I think the shit you pulled up and what we established, It do get harder the older we get until we get old enough where we don't care no more.
Yeah, unfortunately, we still young enough to care.
I know.
Right now, we still young to be like, man, I think I still care a little bit.
Yeah.
I think right now people are in that middle stage, like we were talking about earlier, where you're past the being optimistic, but you're not quite to the well, shit, I'm about to die, so I better give me somebody.
That's what I say, man.
But at the same time, though, like we were just talking, telling jokes about the whole audacity and all that. Everybody got to be real with themselves and understand that you may still have expectations and standards based on a reality that you're not in no more. And me and John was talking about this earlier today. Like, you know how many bad chicks we all dealt with and smashed when we was younger that we 100% took for granted? 100% took it for granted, right? And now you older, and it's like, man, I didn't try to find me one of them bad chicks that I had when I was younger. But then you go look at them bad chicks, and she be like, "You old," and then your mind is like, "I'm not old." You go look in the mirror and see all of that white on your chin. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? I the same thing with the bad ones that kind of like what you said, that think that they still bad.
Yeah, it's human.
It's like, yeah, you was bad about 20, 25 years ago.
It ain't the same now.
Yeah, like, yeah, don't get me wrong. You still upper echelon in your age group.
Put the disclaimer on it.
You're not as bad as you once was to be able to command the prices. You know what I'm saying? That they, like, I had a conversation about this with somebody actually like a few months back, where I was like, you know, people need to be aware of themselves. You know what I mean? Like, really, really self-aware. I think Tim mentioned this earlier about being, or maybe Janelle, about being self-aware. I know I've had my moments when I had to look at some old pictures of myself, man, where I was like, damn. Like that's what that was back then, and I still had these type of expectations. It was crazy.
Yep. That's just where the cold part is when you come across that one, be like, look at you and look at me. You like, we don't look no different.
So you talking about the ones that's basically like, hey man, that doesn't match.
Right. And a lot of that, though, and this is 100% my opinion that I've developed from talking to many, many women, like I say, in the back chat online and all the different groups, and you know, just living life. It seems like, how do I want to word it? Because I don't want to make it sound like an attack, but it's like what women value in themselves, they think men value that too, you know, and so they think all of these accomplishments that they have makes them physically attractive. But for us as men, that's not how we move. Like, I don't care if you own a house, you 300 pounds. I don't care if you're a CEO of a business, you 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you act, so pay attention the next time y'all go out on dates and stuff like that. Or even talking to your homegirls, cousins, little sisters and stuff like that. If a conversation comes up when they're talking about dating the men, ask them, well, what is it about you that you think men would find attractive? and I guarantee you they're gonna describe everything that she is attracted to in men. I got this accomplishment. I got this degree. I'm a manager at my such and such. I make XYZ amount of money. I own a home. Like none of that. Men don't get fucked by none of that shit.
I'm well traveled.
I'm well traveled. Or like
I'm
all of
attracted
that
to
is
that.
what
I like
all
well
of that. Well, of course, there's gonna be exceptions in it, but what I'm saying is that all of those qualities are what women find attractive in men because they've been conditioned to be attracted to men that can provide things. Here we go. Get on the call. Click the link. That
ain't true. Who said that?
Click the link.
300 pounds is extreme.
That's why I said it because
I agree. I agree with you because
there's an exception. There's always gonna be an exception.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and that's basically what they're saying. They're like, there's an exception. Like there is someone,
right. There is someone, like you said. So yes, so while that's true, that goes right back into the compromise versus settling. So she not gonna have nobody until she come across that one. Now the problem with this comes in though is that one that we talking about that don't care that she 300 pounds and he really love her for her, she gonna be like, but you short.
Like
right?
He 350. That's too big.
or like that pop the balloon you just showed. Oh, it's the stomach for me.
Welcome to the stage. Step into the light.
Hello, fellas. Now y'all gotta stop this bull crap. Y'all know there are plenty of men out here that like big women.
There ain't plenty. There's a couple.
It is a lot. It is way more than y'all want to admit. They love them. And they always
there's about 2.5 billion men on the planet.
It's always the skinny dudes.
Damn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I ain't skinny no more. No, he was saying that because I used to be real small and skinny.
It'd be the tiniest dudes, and you be like, oh man, and they be picking them up and all that. They don't care, man. Listen, y'all gotta stop this bullshit.
I mean, have I seen it? Yes, but is the ratio high? No.
I've seen it.
Right.
I mean, listen, there are some big. Listen, there are big women out here that got whole men, families, and all that, and the baddest joints can't even get a man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, because them big chicks typically have a great personality, kind of like that movie Shallow Hal.
Yeah, y'all. See, this is what y'all doing. What y'all doing is stereotyping, and it's bullshit.
No, it's not
stereotyping. It's not even stereotyping.
Generalizing, which in general, especially in my experience, right, where I've dealt with a lot of certain type of women, and I've noticed a certain characteristics that comes with them, right? And it's kind of like a celebrity man who has his access to plethora of different women. He typically comes off. Not all of them. Yes, there are decent celebrity dudes, but the dude that became a celebrity so he can have that pick of the litter, he typically comes off like a dick.
Right.
And it's the same thing for the bad chick. For the chick that's bad that knows she's bad, she typically comes off like that too.
Right. So back to the whole, we talking about the exceptions of the one big dude that the one dude, small skinny dude that like
It ain't one. It ain't one. And I've been on this earth a long time, and I've seen it plenty of times.
No, but what I'm saying, but in the context of the show being about compromising and settling, and people having this list of things, and then so the whole idea, because what I started the show saying with is that I started out with an anecdote. I personally, these are my experience. I personally have always had confusion when I hear women say that they desire a relationship, but they refuse to settle for just any relationship. So they then settle to have no relationship, but they don't see it as them settling. They's like, I'm not settling, I just ain't found it yet. But it's like you come like with the example I just gave right now, with the scenario, the 300-pound girl come across the dude that like her. He really like her, he digging her and all of that, and she gonna be like, well, no, you're too short, or you're too big. If he ain't the skinny dude, he fat. Oh, you fat, I'm fat, you fat. So there's gonna always be these preferences that we put in place, and everybody always says there's nothing wrong with having a preference. But what I have noticed is that preference becomes a problem when you are not your preference.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but you can't say that somebody making a choice to be single, right? Because if you have like if you're in a space where you can turn down men every day or every other day or 2 times a week, you can turn down men, and you decide, you know what, I'm not going to just choose any man just to say I have a man. That's not settling, that's a choice. Because if you're turning down men, then you can choose one of those men to say that you have a man. And I think that's the problem. Some women take any man just to say that they have a man.
And I agree with that, but the premise that we were building on is that perfect is the enemy of good. That's a Voltaire quote. So while people confuse preference and with perfectionism, and people tend to say, well, I'm not looking for nobody perfect, I'm looking for somebody that's perfect for me. Same thing, they just trying to reword it to convince themselves that it's
No, that's not the same thing, because guess what? Perfect for me could look like Flavor Flav.
But that's still
yeah, that's perfect for me, right? Because somebody else will look at him and be like, you know, Flavor Flav look like a roach. But that could be perfect for me. I couldn't love his dirty drawers. And I'll be walking down the street with Flavor Flav, and women will be saying, what is she, even men will be like, what is she doing with him?
And that's because on your list, physical attraction, well, I won't say physical attraction, because there is the possibility that a woman would be physically attracted to Flavor Flav.
I mean, yeah.
Huh?
I said, yeah, they out there.
It's the possibility.
So there is a such thing as perfect for you. Because somebody else may look at that person and see them as absolutely flawed. And you may look at them and be like, they perfect for me.
Where's what I'm looking for? I had a list from earlier. I'm trying to find. Pull it back up.
Like most women will look at Taye Diggs and say, oh, he's handsome, he's this. I don't think so.
All right, so this is what I was on. Compromise versus setting. Perfect is the enemy of good. Because even when you're looking for perfect for me, it still has to be perfect. There's no room for compromise for good enough.
That's not true, Timotheus.
No. So the examples, like, because the examples show that men and women both do this. It's a human condition. A woman will come across a guy that's a good man, financially stable, ambitious, emotionally mature, funny, loyal, great communicator, supportive, attractive, but he's just too short. He only 5'3".
Bro, you do not get all of that in one person. I'm telling you that now. You're not going to get all of that in one person.
Of course, you're
They're
not.
gonna
But
be
this
lacking
is,
something somewhere.
of course, of course. But there are individuals, both male and female. Let me read the male part. So, like a man will do the same thing. Come across a woman that's loyal, feminine, attractive, all of that peace, bringing peace, good in bed, and all of that ambition. But she might not be his ideal type. She might got a beer belly and be 300 pounds, like we were talking about earlier.
But no, because number
But
one is
but the difference is it says settling on the male side because he's gonna settle for her because she's not his ideal overall type, and then he'll compromise the relationship by cheating with a woman that got that one thing, whereas the woman will come across the man with all 9 of those things and throw him away because he don't got the height. And you can't tell me I'm lying, because I have been on the call with many women in this back chat that are 5'11". Ashley was 6 feet, and they all said the same thing. Ooh, girl, that's a tough one. He only 5'3". Ooh, that's hard. That's
Timothy is like, yeah, like let's be for real here. Like, I, as a woman, I have dated men shorter than me, but there's a limit to shorter than me because I don't want to have to stand off the curb while you standing on top of the curb just for us to be affectionate in public.
Even if he got all of those other qualities.
Listen, I mean, I probably wouldn't even get to know if he had those qualities. To be honest,
He just already disqualified out the gate. Okay,
I
that's
don't
fair.
want I probably wouldn't even get that far. Like I'm 5'10", right? Imagine somebody 5'1" walking up to me talking about, "Hey, Miss Lady." I'm gonna be like,
you
"Get your
look good as
little
a motherfucker.
runt of the little ass
Like,
up out of here."
Be like, man, I can see your nose past your titties. You know what I'm saying?
Like, so most times people don't even get that far if the attraction is not there.
Right. I forgot to play this video earlier, y'all.
And another thing, that lady had alopecia.
What you talking about?
Oh, the bald.
Yeah, she don't have no eyebrows, none of that. She has alopecia.
So why is she saying people need to step their game up? For me.
Because she said the men that she used to be attracted to. Did I miss that part?
Yeah, I didn't hear her say the men that she used to be attracted
Yeah,
to.
she said the men right in the beginning of it. She said the men I used to be attracted to. But I
then that goes
mean,
right back to what I said to John earlier when I said that men do the same exact thing. We be having audacity. We be having our hairline pushed back, beer bellies, and all of that, and see the chick that used to be bad in high school and be like, man, she fell off.
I ain't gonna lie though. A lot of these men, they slamming into the wall. They ain't crashing.
Let me play this right
It's the same on the other side.
Of course it is. But it's hard for men to hear women say that about them.
Nah, I think it's the other way around.
I think.
I mean that's possible.
Yeah,
That's very possible.
I think it's more
A lot of
hard.
men don't be thinking they be way up here from, you know what I mean? We ain't never been way up here, so we ain't crashing down like that.
Y'all not being real, man. Come on.
There is not a lot of men walking around like I'm a 10.
Shit, if it ain't, you know what? I'm from Harlem, so maybe it's a different world.
Yeah, it must be.
Because Harlem is considered a world. It's considered a world. And growing up here, hey, we all think we superstars.
Shit.
That's why we don't. That's why we don't sweat superstars, because we too busy thinking we superstars.
And that's some delusional shit.
Nah,
You know what I mean? I ain't never thought I was a superstar.
Nah, when I say that, I don't mean like, we have a certain arrogant air of arrogance about us here because we like to dress nice. Like, it's certain things within the 5 boroughs that Harlem just do better.
No, we know what you mean. Not literal superstars, but you just stepping out with the utmost confidence, like ain't no one got nothing on you.
And to say it's like a whole community like that.
Yeah, we saying that we was never like that.
Right. No, I get it. So
See, the
that's
thing
why I
about
said it
that,
must be
the
like
thing about that is they got a dude that has that same mentality, and he got famous for saying this.
Got him.
Now we all know who that is and what he looked like, right? And he absolutely
That's the
steps
dude
out like,
that's the
who
dude
ain't
with the
got no
teeth, right?
bitches? Who ain't got no? You ain't got no bitches with
Who
your
is? I
ugly
don't know who
ass.
that is.
Oh, you know who
Yeah,
it is?
is that the dude with the teeth?
Waving, yeah, waving there. He from LA. Darlene know him, I think. Let me play this right quick. I forgot. I wanted to play this earlier. I need to give my kids some din.
Compromise versus settling. Perfect is the enemy of good. At what point does compromise become settling? That question sits at the center of modern dating. Because today, many people claim, I refuse to settle. But what if the problem is not standards? What if the problem is that people have started confusing compromise with settling? See, compromise and settling are not the same thing. Healthy compromise says, this person is not perfect, but they possess the qualities that requires prioritization, realism, emotional maturity, and accepting human imperfection. Settling is different. Settling says, I am accepting something fundamentally incompatible, unhealthy, or beneath my actual needs. That creates resentment, unhappiness, emotional starvation, regret, and that distinction matters because modern dating culture has blurred the line between the two. Today, some people interpret any compromise as settling. If one box on their list goes unchecked, if attraction is not maximum, if income is not exceptional, then the fantasy is incomplete. They tell themselves, I refuse to settle, but in reality, they may be rejecting realistic compatibility because they feel entitled to exceptional rarity. And this is where the collision happens. Some people fear settling so much that they become incapable of compromise. A woman may make a list of 10 qualities she wants in a man. Then, she meets a man who checks 9 out of 10 boxes: good character, emotionally mature, loyal, financially stable, great communication, supportive, ambitious, attractive. But maybe he misses one thing. Maybe he is not tall enough. Maybe he does not make enough money. So she rejects him because of her motto of, I refuse to settle. But years later, the options begin to shrink. Reality changes. Time moves. And instead of ending up with a man who checked 9 boxes, she may end up completely alone. And that within itself is still settling. Ironically, the refusal to compromise early creates real settling later. And men do this too. A man says he wants peace, loyalty, support, chemistry, a good personality, a woman who genuinely cares about him. Then he meets a woman who gives him most of that, but rejects her because she is not his ideal fantasy, or he thinks he can do better. So he keeps chasing better, or even settling for a woman that meets most of his checklist, to now cheating with a woman that only has that one missing piece while still maintaining his relationship. He in turn compromises in a negative, compromising his relationship with his chosen partner because he secretly feels he settled for her. This is why the conversation is bigger than men versus women. The real issue is modern perfectionism, because people now confuse desire with entitlement. Everyone deserves respect, but not everyone qualifies for the fantasy they imagine in their minds. And that truth is uncomfortable. So instead of admitting, maybe my expectations were unrealistic, the ego protects itself. People will say things like, I'm not looking for perfect, I'm just looking for perfect for me. But many times, that is still perfectionism. It is simply perfectionism reworded into something emotionally safer. Because the outcome is the same. The person still rejects good relationships, real compatibility, and realistic opportunities, while continuing to chase an increasingly narrow fantasy. And the more unrealistic the expectation becomes, the more the phrase, I know my worth, can slowly transform into a shield protecting the ego from reality. Because admitting poor prioritization, inflated self-worth, fear of compromise, or unrealistic expectations is emotionally harder than saying, I just refused to settle. And this is the tragic loop. People become so afraid of settling that they reject good relationships, good opportunities, and realistic happiness, while convincing themselves they are simply maintaining standards. But standards are not the problem. Perfectionism is, because standards protect you. But perfectionism can isolate you. And at some point, the pursuit of perfect becomes the enemy of good. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Again, perfect for me could be that man that doesn't make all the money. It just depends on what you're looking for as an individual. And I think that a lot to what's happening today, that everybody's being blanketed. That's what I think is happening. Like, you see how he made it blanketed. Women do this, men do that. When he said perfectionism, when you say perfect for me, again, perfect for me doesn't have to be this delusional high standard that these people are talking about on these podcasts. It could be just a regular dude going to work, security guard, whatever. He's perfect for me. Regular dude. Ain't too, he ain't out here flashing, doing all this stuff. Yeah. So if I say the regular dude is perfect for me, is that still perfectionism? Is that me settling? Because this is who I feel is perfect for me.
It's still perfectionism because it's your idea of perfect. So if your idea of perfect is what? Because there has to be a standard set. I have never met one person, that says, I want an ugly motherfucker. An ugly motherfucker be perfect for me. I know y'all like all of them pretty, attractive. Nah, give me the ugliest motherfucker you got. That's what
My sister, let me tell you something. My sister, my little sister, she's a very pretty girl. She's my mother's daughter, so it is what it is. But all her boyfriends been ugly.
Does she think they ugly?
Yeah, she know they ugly. And my mother always be like, "My poor daughter, I don't know what's wrong with her."
People like ugly people. That's true.
So if she thinks they're ugly, which equates to unattractive, what is she attracted to about them?
Their personality, who they are as a person, I guess. I don't know. I just be looking at her like, girl. But it is what it is.
But what Tim says still applies. That no one said, I want to go out and seek an ugly person. It just so happened that all your sister's boyfriends was ugly because they got great personalities, because they're not dicks, because they're not pretty ones.
No, that don't mean that. Let me tell you something. Ugly motherfuckers be dicks too.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. But when you look at the
less room.
When you're generalizing, that's usually not the case, because when you're ugly, you have to, compensate in other ways to get people to want to be around you to find your company.
I get what you're saying, and I agree. But then there are the ones that aren't like that, and it's for me. It's like people would like to call these things outliers, but there's more people out here that's like that than people think.
No, I know that because there's billions of people on the earth. I know that by the numbers, there's a lot, but by the percentage, it's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
By the numbers, there's like 100,000 dudes that's like that. That's a lot numbers wise. But when you calculate that to a billion dudes, that's less than 1%.
Yeah, I get that, but so I can only speak through community. Right? Community, and also online community. And when I tell you, these dudes,
everybody's horrible online.
Huh?
Everybody's horrible online.
No, I'm just saying I can only speak to community where I'm from, right? and also online community. And I'm telling you, these dudes be having like it be crazy. It be
Yeah,
crazy because you be looking
online
at
is a
them like what?
horrible. I mean,
Huh?
everyone's going to go online because they have the mask of being online. So, like most people that I know is that I noticed, like just reading comments, looking at certain content, they're horrible.
Well,
Right. I get that, right? Because not everybody online is who they are in real life. I get that. But even with that, even if you're wearing a mask and you aren't the most attractive looking thing, they still be having the audacity to act like they are entitled to certain things because maybe they make a couple of dollars.
I think people online are being who they are online because they have that veil. They can't be that in person.
It's kind of like road rage.
Mm-hmm.
It's like road rage.
I mean, there are some people like myself, and I am who I am. What you get online is what you get in real life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying there are some people like that, but even with the mask, what you're saying, so I agree with you. But I'm saying even with the mask on, they're not aesthetically pleasing to be having this entitlement.
What is this?
Well,
oh yeah, I think that's just the age that we live in. There's a lot of entitlement, period, in today's day and age.
I think that it got weird, right? Because around the time when the gender war thing was like first coming up online, it was, oh, y'all chicks, y'all mess with these broke dudes and y'all struggle love and blah 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 blah. And then after a few years, women started saying, you know what, y'all right. And we're not doing that struggle love no more. Now that's a problem. You see what I'm saying? What I'm seeing is that these atmospheres are being created, and then when people are acquiescing to these atmospheres, then that becomes a problem. I tell a lot of these men online, y'all talk out of both sides of your necks. Because you want a woman to be this, but then the woman is that. Then you go, then when something happens, now it's hurtful. It's like, come on, I'm tired of the whole gender war thing, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm definitely tired of that
Me
shit.
too.
I'm tired.
I've never heard of a dude talking about a chick messing with broke dudes. Though. I ain't never heard
Oh
that.
yeah, that was a big thing. Let me see, like around 2012, 2013.
Oh yeah, I wasn't on
Yeah,
social
around
media.
2013, 2014, that was the thing. Oh, y'all, you know, it was a thing because even back in the days, you would see these women with these dudes, and you know, everybody, the whole family looked dusty, and you be sitting there like, well, why, you know, like, come on, you could, because I always feel like you could do bad by yourself, right? That's how I feel. And now women aren't really settling for the struggle love thing no more. They're not. And then when you do have a woman that say, okay, well, you don't make a lot of money, we could still be together and build, that's a problem for other men. Because
See, my whole issue with
miraculously online, everybody makes six figures. Like, this shit is crazy.
I did a whole video, and I might play it, about how I think struggle love has gotten a negative connotation. Because what struggle love really was, and I'm not talking about the abuse and all that other type of stuff. I'm talking about when two people came together and she got what she got, and we put it together. And it was a struggle. It was like me and my wife been married going on 17 years this August. It took us 2 years, so it took us 15 years to buy a house. Is that struggle love? Or was that
Tim, when struggle love that they was talking about is absolutely like how I used to see back in the days, the whole dirty, dusty family.
Oh, and two poor people don't know how to manage their money together.
Right. Like
Yeah,
you see the
that's lack of
the mama look dirty, the daddy look dirty, the kids look dirty, like the whole family just dusty. But one thing that I did notice about that is that them kids was always happy. But there was a thing, like I was just telling them, like around 2012, 2013, 2014, there was men absolutely shaming women for being in these type of relationships where they were with this man, and regardless if he had two pennies to rub together or not, they just stuck it out with each other. And then again, women started to acquiesce to, okay, well, you know what, we ain't fucking with no broke dude, so now what? Now it's a problem. But the one thing that I do notice is that every other race of women can date up, can strive to date up, can put themselves in a position to date up. Once Black women want to date up, it becomes a problem. Now we're the gold diggers, we're this, we're that. Like we are the ones that they telling us that we need to settle. Nobody complains about these white women going out and doing what they do, or the Hispanic women doing what they do, or any other race of women do. As soon as it's Black women, and Timothy, as you know, I'm not lying.
They
think you
absolutely
generalize.
get called gold diggers.
Yeah, and I think you generalizing again.
Yeah, they
I'm
absolutely
not.
get called gold diggers.
Yeah,
I'm not.
all women has been had that label.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of some women date up, some women date what they can get. You know what I mean? I think that's comes across in all races.
No,
All
but
women would
most women,
prefer to date up,
other races of women are absolutely taught to date up.
and so are y'all.
No, we're not. Because that's why we're so race loyal. Out of everybody, Black women are race loyal. We're not. Some of us learn it. Some of us learn it, but we're not absolutely taught to date up. We're not.
I don't know. I would disagree. I think Black women are definitely taught to date up. Don't settle for this. Don't date no man that can't do this for you. Make sure you can take care of yourself if he can't take care of you. I think Black women were taught to date up.
Yeah, but nobody bats an eye. Nobody bats an eye when other women do it, but as soon as we do it, and Timothy is we've had this conversation. He knows this to be true. We are just the gold diggers, like no, but Black women are race loyal.
Like what community is you talking about? Like all of them is frowned upon.
And I think when
No,
a lot
not.
of people, when they get married, you in your 20s.
Maybe not harder.
This is a new thing where people are our age and 45 and 50 and single and trying to date. Most people that get married are in their 20s. You're not dating up that much in your 20s. He just as broke and still coming up. They looking at potential. Maybe some of them other races are taught to look at potential on what he gonna be in his 30s and 40s. But ain't nobody really dating up like that in their 20s and getting married like that. Ain't nobody where they supposed to be at in their 20s.
Unless, of course, you're an athlete, a professional athlete or something.
And that's 0.01%.
Exactly.
But all these other races, I mean, and you are right. I mean, we do have the highest divorce rates, most broken families and shit like that. And I don't know. I don't even want to jump all into that, but I don't think it's just these other women they dating up and y'all ain't.
No, listen, what I'm saying to you is that when they do, nobody complains about it. The minute a Black woman wants to step up, it's a problem. And I'm not making this up. Timothy, you could feel free to jump in. You know what I'm saying is the truth.
Because what she's saying is true, but I think it's more of a conditioning thing. Like all of us on here was born before 1980, right? Or in 1980. So absolutely what she's saying is true. We all have seen it in the movies and all that. The whole idea, go get you a tall, dark, and handsome, marry a doctor, marry a lawyer. That's cliches, right? But I think what she's referring to comes to our community, especially back then. We didn't see that. It wasn't realistic for us to think living in the hood that I was gonna marry a doctor.
No,
That
it's not.
that
No.
idea wasn't right. So that's what she's talking about. So it's almost like we were conditioned to say, well, this is our pool of men, this is our pool of women, this is what we have to accept. And that's kind of just,
and there is truth to that. And other races ain't conditioned that. What's the average age that most people are getting married?
Between 29 and 35.
And for our generation, what was it? You know, the average age and earlier, people are getting married. Nowadays, I know the average age
it was in our 20s.
It was in our 20s.
Mm-hmm.
How many men are where they supposed to be at in their 20s? Compare
Right.
your life to when you was in your 20s.
Right.
Completely different.
Completely different. And it's the same thing with other races too. You just ain't there yet. So
You know the one thing. It was like one thing that she said that it was really disturbing to me. It was saying that they were taught to date up, and then black women are loyal to their race. So is dating up dating outside your race?
No, not for them.
I'm talking about for
black women.
No, because you can always go and find guys maybe a man that's a little older. You might be 20, he might be 30, you know what I mean, something like that. But we are absolutely race loyal.
But I don't think
and hold
So what's her
on,
point?
I'm gonna tell you my point. On average, especially when we were coming up, there were not a whole lot of black men making a whole lot of money.
Exactly.
So these women are already in these races of men that make the money. That's my point. So they can date up.
There's not a whole lot of any.
And that's isn't that exactly what I said? Isn't that exactly what I said?
Yeah, thank you.
That,
it
you know,
is.
for
I'm asking up his money.
It didn't seem realistic. Like for us, like I say all the time that I think that it's messed up that for us in media, us being a certain way is seen as a joke. You know, the Cosby Show is a comedy because it's a black man that's a doctor married to a lawyer. Even within our own community.
No, I don't see the Cosby Show like that. Like they didn't put that.
I'm not saying we do. I'm not saying we do. I'm not saying
other people thought it as unrealistic.
Right. I'm saying that like even within our own community, the dude that go to jail and get education, when he get out of jail, how do we treat him? He went to jail and read one book. So we degrade ourselves, and then we have the other side looking at our success as falsehoods. This isn't real. Look, how many black shows that came out when we were coming up where it had successful black people in successful roles that was not a comedy. The one movie that was the first movie in history to have a predominantly black cast and everybody was in a successful executive position was a comedy, Boomerang. I'm gonna go check my kids' food.
But yeah, I don't know if a lot of races are taught just to date up, especially when people are getting married in their 20s. I think they taught that it's going to be better for them when they in their 30s and 40s. And
yeah,
it's going to be a struggle when you're young and you support them, and it's going to get better.
I don't know. I kind of disagree. But hey, we can agree to disagree. I mean, I'm not saying that what you're saying doesn't happen, but they are already creating these marriages. These girls be 20 and these boys be 30, 35.
A lot of times the age gaps don't be that dramatic with other races. They be
yeah, sometimes they do. Like, let's not act like these things don't happen. But like I said, only thing I'm saying is that
the percentage that you're trying to make it seem like it's happening.
Everything happens. Most people get married when you meet your spouse in college and when you're young.
yeah, and these dudes are coming out of college and they're already walking into family businesses.
And that might be the
Like,
case
come on.
sometimes. And
I'm
unfortunately,
still trying to figure out, like, where are black women being frowned upon, but no one else is?
I don't know. I would like to know that myself.
You don't
That's a question. That's a question that I have for myself.
Well, you're
That's a
saying
question because I don't understand
you're
it.
saying this is happening. Like, black women are frowned upon when they do it, but no one else is. When we're saying, like, no, all of them, if their sole purpose is like, hey, I'm gonna be a gold digger, I'm only dating these type of dudes, they're all frowned upon.
No, they're really not though.
So that's what I'm
They're
saying.
really not. They're not being shamed for doing it.
So
We
that's what
get
I'm saying. So
shamed for
where
doing
are the black women being shamed and no one else is? Like, where's this group of people that's doing that? That's my question. Where's this group of people that you're saying that's doing this?
Huh?
Where's this group of people that you're saying is shaming black women, but not the other people?
There are a bunch of people. Like, even if you look online, you can see it online. They praise these white women and these Hispanic women for getting these guys that got a couple of extra dollars. No, listen. You can see it online. I can't grab you by the hand because I don't live where you live. I can't walk you down the street and show you or take you into the communities and show you because we don't live in the same place. So the only place I can tell you to see it is online.
And I'm online. I've never seen
Right. And these women, white women, Hispanic women, all these other ethnicities of women, they praise these women for finding a man who isn't struggling and is making a couple of dollars a little bit more than the average. They praise them, but as soon as a black woman does it, there's a problem.
Who is they?
At all. Yeah, I don't believe that's true at all.
Listen,
I
would never. One thing that I would never do is get online and make up something. Like, I'm not making it up.
I mean, who is shaming? Black men?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, online, the predominantly in the KS spaces is where you see what she's talking about.
All right, so 18% of white men make over 100K, which means 82% make under 100K.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's that much room for all these women to marry all these men that are gold diggers. 82% are married to white men that make under 100K.
Okay, so Tim, what I need you to do is start sharing these things with them so that they can understand that what I'm saying, I'm not making this up. So you can look at all the statistics you want, but I'm telling you that once black women decide that they want to date up,
she's talking about culture. She's talking about the culture behind it. Because like I said, it's mostly in these KS spaces. It's not like
that's the group of people.
Right, and it's the flunkies. It's not even the true people that paid attention to what he's saying. It's the flunkies that perverted his message, because his message was literally black families need to get back together and women need to go back and
Yeah, no, I know what his message was. I've still never, even in all the comments of different videos, I've never seen that.
But even though Tim,
what I'm saying is since he has passed on, the people that now occupy his spaces now shame and demean and talk down the hair, hat, weave, wagon.
Are you talking about like that one dude that tried to take with the glasses and
Kevin Samuels?
No. It's a dude that's doing what Kevin Samuels does now. He got the whole.
No, he's talking about the medium man.
He was just too much of a. He tried to do it like carbon copy, and it's like, dude, come on.
No, you talking about the medium man, the dude that be wearing the suits and the suspenders.
No, I don't know. I can recognize his face because I've seen a few of his videos, but he basically tried to use the same format, carbon copy, said some of the same stuff. That's why I'm like, wow, dude, really? That's
it's a bunch of them. It's a bunch of Kevin Samuels kids running around.
A bunch of them, yeah.
No, the one I'm talking about is probably the one that's closest. I mean, I've seen a few of them, but I'm talking about the one that's closest carbon copy to where he's trying to do what he did.
And there's a bunch of them that's trying to do what Kevin Samuels did. But I think I know you talking about. He's like he's an older dude.
Yeah, he look like he's probably about our age, maybe a couple years older.
And he always got on a suit.
He got on a suit like Kevin Samuels used to.
I think I know what you're talking about.
In like an area, like a dark area.
Yeah, he comes off like almost like he's a pastor too.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just remember seeing him, he tried to talk hard. He used some of the same talking points, same comparisons, same stats. And I'm just like, wow. But even him, I've never seen him do that. But I've just seen him try to do Kevin's show.
But Kevin Samuels always talked about hypergamy. Like women, but as soon as I'm telling you, as soon as Black women want to do it, and this is something that even in my younger years, I've seen it firsthand. Because you might date the dude that got a little couple of dollars, and then the dude that didn't, it's like, oh, you a gold digger because you don't want to give me the time of day. It happened.
Kevin Samuels did that he said.
No, I didn't say Kevin Samuels did that. Kevin Samuels talked about hypergamy, that women should date up.
Which I agree with that. Which is why I'm still trying to figure out who I've never heard no one say that it's an issue when Black women do it.
Mm-hmm. It is. But we gonna get you informed on that, right, Tim?
No, I'm good.
Just so you can know that I didn't come up on here and make it up.
I believe you. I'd rather not hear that. Because it's stupid to even say something like that.
I think it's stupid too.
Either all frowned upon or none of them are.
Yeah, and I think the average man just ain't making a lot of money by the time they get married. And that's what these stats show too. White man, Black man, only Asian man is making decent money by the time they get married.
Yeah, John L knows enough to think about it.
Hey, Meech, which one of these dudes are you talking? Is it?
Probably the first one you pull up, watch. Nope.
Neither one of them?
Nope.
They the two biggest ones.
It's another dude. I know who he's talking about. He's an older dude. He always got on a suit.
Glasses. Yeah, I recognize that dude from the 5150, the one him and what's name is in the fight.
Which one?
That Anton dude, I guess his name is.
Anton, yes.
Yeah, I recognize him from all that drama that happened with Corey Hope. I never seen
talking about, but I don't know that name.
Quick question. Are the words backwards for y'all?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think neither one of them dudes is an older dude. He looked like
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know his name. I think he's utterly ridiculous. I'll just scroll right past him.
Yeah, he looked like he was about Kevin Samuels' age. Only reason I don't listen to him, he says a lot of the same stuff that Kevin Samuels used to say, but I just don't listen to him because it's like, dude, there was already one of them. I've listened to a few of his videos.
Yeah, I never got into a lot of that extra ginger war shit. I try not to.
I love it. It's my favorite shit.
I don't listen to none of them.
Timotheus act like he's in the dating pool himself. He gets on my nerves.
I love it. Too. This shit, my soap operas and so shit. You know, motherfuckers like
every day he come with something. I'll be like, I don't care. I don't hear it.
The only motherfucker that's married, and he got the most to say about the gender shit.
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, kid, Timothy is gonna tell you. I'll be like, all right, Tim, I don't care, don't want to hear it.
I say that all the time.
It's because I like psychology. I like the psychology behind this shit.
You know what I felt like when I was younger.
Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, of course, there's exaggeration in it, but there is true psychology behind it. Like when she was talking about with struggle love, all of us on here from Cali, we grew up in a time. How many times have you seen the chick that's on Section 8 and on welfare talking shit to the dude that's hustling but not really making no money and putting him out, like, get out of my house, this my house, you ain't shit, I got my own house out, like, and she don't even work, but she on Section 8 and she like, this you ain't shit, I got my own stuff, and she don't work and all of that. And see, that's the environment we came up in. We came up in when there were women that were just as much ain't shit as the men, but took advantage of the system and having kids. This is why those conversations like KS fascinate me, because I've seen it. And then those women will be like, nigga, I'm better than you because I'm using the system and you can't because you ain't got a vagina to have a baby.
Why do y'all go to the extreme with stuff?
It's not extreme.
No, that was common.
That's not extreme. That's what I said. You was talking about Harlem. What I'm talking, that example I just gave was whole projects full of every house is that.
I think when you talk about black women were expected, black women are ashamed to date up. I always felt growing up that they expected us to be somewhere that was unrealistic. Maybe we getting compared to other races. Like you said, it's okay for white women to date up, but I didn't think nobody in their 20s and 30s was doing that well. And these stats show the same thing. I just think that a lot of black women thought that maybe a lot of women that don't see it, that ain't never seen it in their life, think that that's where you're supposed to be at.
I don't know.
And it's nothing to compare it to, you know what I mean?
You know what's crazy, Jarnell? So I've been legally married 2 times. Both of those relationships were better when we were broke. As soon as I started making more money in both of those relationships, everything went downhill. Buy a house, downhill. Driving better cars, everything just downhill. It's crazy. Both of them. Struggle love is probably real love, to be honest.
I think it is. I think you base it on potential. I mean, and I just think when you falling in love, most of the times when we falling in love, everyone's struggling. I don't understand how you think that he's supposed to be up here. That just doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
And these stats, even the stats, you know what I mean? I pull it up by stats. But how would we know that if we're not even around those communities? We just seen what we see on TV, and all we know is what I got. He ain't the nigga I got ain't got shit. But on TV, all the white men, all the Asian women, they getting with them and they dating up, and we just dating shit.
Y'all don't see that. I mean, y'all live in California like I live in New York City. It's a mixed multitude. How do you not see that?
I see white men make more than black men, but the average white man, when he gets married, is making $60,000 a year.
Like, I don't know. Y'all don't like you.
And the average black man is making $45,000 to $55,000 a year when he gets married. That's what I see. But I just think expectations, maybe because y'all feel like we ain't gonna never get there, or you didn't see something on TV and you.
But it's the men shaming the women. It ain't the women shaming the women. It's the men shaming the women. So you can't put that on women when it's the men doing it.
No, I would agree with you. It would have to be the men. It wouldn't make sense for nobody else to shame y'all trying to date up. It would only have to be men that y'all trying to date, where you thinking you put an unrealistic expectations on a 25-year-old black man. When you
no. See, and again, you what you're doing, because that's not what I said. I said when black men see black women trying to date up, they shame them.
I would agree with that. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I'm
And I don't.
about to come throw the curveball. And y'all could be mad. You could be mad at me if you want. Like, I think that men have just started treating women the way that women treated men. Because this is why I say that, because when like you said, the black women go get a white dude, and then the black man have something to say, you know, his criticism or opinion or whatever, you know, the cliche is I had to go get white, and you niggas ain't shit. White man better than you.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. You know, I don't agree with that. I don't think we should be dating them. Period.
But at the same time, in the same time, in the flip, black men do the same thing. I got me a white woman. She got her natural hair. She don't got to wear a weave. You know, it's the same behavior.
Yeah, you know how I feel about that. Me personally, I don't care how dysfunctional we are, what people say we are, or whatever. There is no other man for me than a black man. I don't want no Asian man. I don't want a white man. I don't want no other. I can't do it.
Right, but we're not speaking anecdotal. We're just talking about.
No, I know. So you know, you said I could be mad at you, and I'm saying, why would I be mad at you when I feel like, yeah, go ahead, coon. That's how I feel.
Right. But see, so I think that's what a lot of the behavior is. It's a lot of it is just redirected, the same energy back and forth. And the fact of the matter is when you actually look at the numbers, like all of that shit don't even like line up. Like, because the fact of the matter is, well, when you look at the fact of the matter is that when black women marry white men, their marriages are more successful than when black men marry white women. As a matter of fact, the divorce rate is higher with black men that marry white women than it is of black men that marry black women.
You said it wrong, Timothy.
Say that again.
No. So what I'm saying is a black man, if you take two couples, a black man married to a white woman and a black man married to a black woman, the black man married to the white woman is more likely to get divorced than the black man.
No, so what you should be saying is that black women who marry white women, their marriages, black women who marry white men, their marriages tend to last. They don't end up in divorce like black men who marry white women.
Right.
Their marriages are more successful. Yeah.
I said that first. Right. So now.
And why do you think that is?
And this is where the conspiracy
I have some ideas.
Right. And that's why I said that's why I'm laughing. Like, this is where the conspiracy theory come in, because I'm gonna be honest. I have male bias. I'm a man. I've been a man I don't know how to be nothing else. I personally think it's because they treat those men differently, because they've been socialized through media and everything, that those men are just better. Because the only thing that makes sense.
They have way more respect for them guys.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not going to sit here and speculate because I don't know, because I've never figured it out. I think that's just something. I think that's something that, to me, black men, that's what they use to rationalize it. Oh, they gotta be more this with them. They gotta be this with them. Like, you know, that's not. I don't know. I can't say, and I'm not going to sit here and speculate either.
The ones who I heard that said that they prefer white men or any other race men besides black men because of whatever their experience and traumas was with black men, is because they look at those men different.
Or maybe those men treat them different.
It's the same thing, but think about the same thing that black men say about white women. Oh, she's
right,
nice.
but it can't be that can't be true on that side because the marriage rates the divorce rates are higher.
It's the position of
Because
power that they
it's
feel they have.
Who files for divorces, men or women?
The divorce, we're not talking about that. We're saying that black men who marry white women, they're more likely to end up in divorce than black women who marry white men. Why is that?
Women file for divorces. Black women look up to the white men. Black men
Yeah,
look
I
up to the
don't,
white women.
I
Black
don't.
men look up to the white women. They both do the same thing. Both black men and black women look up to the opposite race.
and that's
So
where
why
White
aren't the
men are the
he
marriages?
reasons
just no
filing for divorce.
he explaining it right now. Like so, the problem comes is that the black people in the example that Meach gave is the flaw because women looking up to the men, that's natural order. In traditional patriarchy, the woman is supposed to be, look up to the man and be submissive to the man. And when the other way around, the black man is looking up to the woman. It's gonna
Hey
fail
Tim,
right
did you
because
ever
he's
did you
expecting, huh?
did you ever stop to think in those black women, white men marriages that it's more egalitarian than patriarchy?
That's
And if it's
bullshit.
that, then I would say, how come those black women won't be egalitarian with black men and hit the
Because
black
what
men? Well, it's
about
your job as a man to do this, and it's your job as you ain't no real man. See the problem comes in. So that goes right back to what me and Meech were saying is that they treating those men differently.
how do you know that, Tim? Is
Because
it
of what they just said.
speculation?
If it's you, I'm running with the suggestion you just gave. The
Right.
suggestion you just gave was perhaps they could be being more egalitarian. Well, if that is the case, why couldn't they be more egalitarian with the black man?
Because
Then it
what
wouldn't,
about if
then
the
it
black
wouldn't be
man is
struggle
not
love.
allowing it? What if the black man is not allowing it? Because
Raise
now what would we hear
Therefore,
now? What
white
do
men
we
is
hear
better.
now, Timothy? Is every day black women need to submit, black women need to do this, black women need to do that from black men. What if white men aren't putting those stipulations on these women?
Because
You
they
think that's
already
the case?
expecting it. I think they already expecting it because they're the ones that are associated with setting up the system. So
Again, what
therefore
if
they're
they're
going into
not
the system
doing
already
it?
looking at it.
Do you think
But
that
what
they're
if
not
they're
doing
not
it, or do you
doing
think they
it?
already feel that they're already there?
What
I
if
don't
they're
think they have
not
to
doing it?
try
What if
it.
they're not? What if they're not putting these stipulations on these women that black men tend to put? I don't know. I think it's all bullshit because I don't know any man that's just like, oh, you gotta submit to me. I don't know that. I
But
don't
a
know that.
system that was set up wasn't black men that said it's cooking and cleaning is being submissive and all that. I think a lot of that comes from, particularly in our community, more so is that it's been, like I said, 3 generations now. There's been dudes that have been raised and with no contact or significant or influential male contact. So their whole entire lives, they have always been under the rule of the woman, and that woman being his mother. And he's never had an example of a healthy relationship. He's never had an example of a healthy relationship between a man and a woman. So he don't even know how to be a man.
That's a good
Me and
point.
John was talking about this earlier, how like as fathers, like there's dudes that grow up and never have a father. I think you shared it in the group one day, like, and it was a dude talking about how he never had a father, and now he got kids, and he got to try to figure out how the fuck to be a daddy. He don't know how to be a daddy because he ain't never seen it, don't understand it, and
Yeah, I mean,
just trying to figure that shit out.
I agree with that, but I'm not gonna go with everybody just didn't have fathers. Like we not gonna do that.
75%.
That's not true.
75% born to single parent household.
But just because it's a single parent household does not mean the father is not involved.
Absolutely, but
And under
that's not
that
the same.
umbrella, also under that umbrella of single mother falls divorced women and widow women. So we can't, that's a broad umbrella. But just because a woman, there are single mothers that absolutely cohabitate with the children's fathers, but they're still considered single mothers.
And those households are the ones where they talk about where, because the stat when they talk about children turning out better if they're in a 2-parent household, they're talking about cohabitation. They're not talking about living separate, because you can live separate and absolutely be involved the same way. We got a brother on the panel right now that got 50-50 with his kids and his ex.
Right.
But
single mother is just a
wait.
Because single mother, because hold on, Timothy. Single mother is just a tax bracket, bro. What are we talking about?
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a different stat. I'm talking about the stat that refers to the outcome of children raised in these households. So there's a stat that says,
we lost you.
You went out.
I know.
Okay, there you go.
And my sound just went out. So there's a stat that says the likelihood of children turning out in a negative way increases when there are not 2 parents in the household. So like you said, those 2.
You lost me again.
Because the ancestors is tired of his bullshit.
That's my sound app. So the stat can say, so like you said, these 2 people living in this household are not married. So on the stat you're talking about, this is a single mother household, because this the tax form says even though there's 2 people living in the household, and those 2 people, according to this other stat I'm referring to, turn out better than the children that have 2 separate addresses, and even though the parents are equally involved.
I just don't like if you have 2 fully involved parents, regardless of if they live in the same household or not. That doesn't mean the child is just going to turn. Come on, this is where I be talking about these statistics be bullshit at times. Because do you have somebody who kids live, they're 50, right? You just said 50-50. His kids are fine, right?
I think they would be better in a household with a mother, father, and all stats would support that. And that's what we grew up. That's how life is meant to be. You're not meant to be a single mom. We're not meant to be single dads. I don't think that's fair to the kids.
I don't think so either. But
we all figure out a way to survive. I mean, we all come from that shit and figure out a way to survive, but we survive it and not thriving.
I don't think it's fair to the kids either. But also, what's not fair to the kids is to have 2 parents in the same house that hate each other.
Yeah, and that shit don't.
That's why choose who you procreate with wisely.
Huh?
Right. No, that's why what me said. And see, this goes back to the history of how we got to where we are today. Because me, I like to John know I like to look at the history of shit and the psychology behind the history. So if we roll it all the way back, where a lot of these KS dudes like to romanticize and say, our grandmamas back in the day, and back in the day it was this and it was better, and people got married, blah blah blah. Well, a lot of people, yes, they got married. They got married at 13, 14, 15. So right then, that's already a psychological trauma that's put on that person. That's one instance of trauma. Another instance of trauma, somebody shotgun marriages. So you meet a chick, you dating a chick, you smash, ain't no birth control around. She get pregnant. This daddy that everybody talk about was so important. He did what he was supposed to do. He came, was like, you knock my daughter up, homie. You about to marry. You gonna make a legitimate woman out of my daughter. This dude don't want to marry that girl. And that girl don't want to marry him. So now they're forced to get married. So now they're in a relationship they don't want to be in. They resent each other because they're in a relationship. But you know who else they resent and deals with trauma in that situation? That kid. And because those kids grow up in a household where their parents are like, had I not had your little motherfucking ass, I'd have never had to be in this goddamn relationship with this fool. And so those kids, even if they don't grow up in an abusive household where they're being abused, they still don't get they don't get the example of what love is. And then you know what happened? But you know what happened? Those kids grew up to be our parents. You see what I'm saying? They grew up to be our parents. And so all of the trauma and all that they had deal with that. They felt they had to correct whatever they did, that they was going to do it right. And guess what? They didn't do it right. My parents got divorced. Your parents got divorced. You know what I'm saying? But CJ,
and how many of them divorced parents it led to just happier lives? It just led to lonelier. None of them. Right. None of that shit. So when you say people grow up hating each other, I think that comes down to compromise and settling. People don't know how to compromise and work together.
But where was the compromise in the shotgun wedding?
Shit, you're gonna raise these kids. That's the compromise. Y'all had kids. The kids need both parents. They better with both of y'all.
But it's settling because it's not. And going directly by the definition of the words. I'm saying
what is
going. I'm saying based on the premise of what we put in. If you do not desire to have this relationship and this family with this person, if you're forced to do it, that's not a compromise.
And it's not settling.
You know, that's the way the world worked for hundreds of thousands of years. And most people got married out of a desire to be ahead in life. Families was, what is that? Y'all getting married over family pressure. It wasn't about love. That was a new concept. And we seen how that played out.
Yeah, love and happiness is actually it's just as traumatic as betrothals and arranged marriages and all of that shit too.
Nobody feels like they in love forever all the time. And as soon as we feel out of love, it's like, all right,
I'm not happy no more. I'm not satisfied.
And we've seen the results of that. Both my parents on their third marriage. All of us on this panel, single or divorced.
I just feel like if you're not happy with somebody, it doesn't make sense to stay with a person not only making yourself miserable but making them miserable as well.
Learn to be happy because you get divorced and you still don't be happy.
Well, no, that's not true. Some people get divorced and be happier than the motherfuckers. What are you talking about?
Divorce and settle into just being alone and lonely.
No, that's not true. Some people, for everybody, some people, yeah, but for some people, no, that's not true. Some people get divorced and be happy and be like, yes, thank God, I'm free. Let me get this ball and chain off me.
Yeah, that was me with one of them.
And that's settling to be a single parent, struggling. I don't think most people got divorced and it turned out better. It's always romanticized that the grass is greener. But I don't even know you step into the. Have you been divorced?
No, my husband died, so and I got married very young. So
and most of us do. Most of us do get married young. But what I've noticed is we get divorced. It ain't turned out like you thought it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you might have to speak for yourself. Because I know people that's gotten divorced and they've never been happier. They were miserable in the marriage.
I don't know. I think happiness, we learn to be happy as we get older and older and more comfortable and settled in ourselves.
But some people don't mind being alone. You know that, right?
Yeah, you just get
some people just don't want to deal with other people's personalities and bullshit.
Yeah.
Were these men or women that are happy?
Both.
I think for the most part,
my homeboy just got a divorce, and he about maybe 2 years now. And he's like, yo, he been this is the happiest he's been that I've seen him in a while.
Okay, so it's temporary. A lot of people.
Why does it have to be temporary? It's okay. Some people are okay being not being in a relationship. Literally okay.
We all learn to be okay no matter what the circumstance.
No, you gotta stop. See, that's the problem. Some people, you have to listen to people when they say, "I am fine." Some people are fine being. Some people are fine being not being in a relationship.
And I think that's the few, because I think human life is about relationships.
Well, that's what you think. You think that.
Well, no.
And
See,
that's
the fact of the
fine.
matter is, the fact of the matter is that we're pigeonholing this term relationship, because me and these two dudes have been friends over 35 years. That's a relationship. That's a relationship. So even though that if they're single, if I were single, I still have relationships. I just don't have a romantic one. So we gotta make that distinction. So yes, a person can be in a relationship, get divorced, and be fine, because they still have social networks and social relationships that fulfill that human need for emotion and connection.
Right.
Yeah, I think what Jonelle was mentioning, relationships, like life is about relationships. Like imagine no one's on the planet but you. Life would be miserable.
I don't think there's too much point to it without relationships.
So you don't think there's no point to life? So you think that everybody is supposed to be in this romantic relationship with another human being? No, hold on, because I'm not saying friendships, right? I'm not saying that. I'm talking about,
That's what we and Donnell are saying, is relationships, period. Like people are meant to be around other people.
Right, but I thought we were talking about relationships as far as man and woman.
We was, and then we got off of that. But going back to men and women, I do think, and we was talking about it in context with children as well. That's how we started talking about it. I do think it's better to be together than you know what, I'm unhappy, let's get divorced and try to raise these kids separately. And what I see a lot of motherfuckers that get divorced, or I think it's a problem. I think we're going to get divorced and it's going to be better. Because everybody gets divorced, they go out and look for somebody else. It ain't too many people that get divorced and just swear off relationships forever. They get divorced and they go and look for somebody.
Never seen one.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So you think that two people are married, they have children, the relationship is that neither adult is happy. The kids aren't seeing any type of affection, any type of thing that says my parents love each other, because kids are more perceptive than you think. They pick up on things where you may think you're hiding something from your children. They see it. These children then grow up and say, when I was coming up, I knew my mother and father ain't like each other. They couldn't stand each other. It needs to get on my nerves.
I don't think we're too much different than the rest of the humans that's ever lived. I'm
not saying that. What I'm asking you is that.
But I don't think most of the time it's extreme cases.
What I'm asking you is that should children be subjected to two parents that absolutely can't stand each other, where the kids are picking up on this?
No, and I think those are extreme cases. I think a lot of times, no matter who you get married to, especially when we get married young, there comes a point in time where I absolutely can't stand this person.
And the thing about it is, with that scenario with the kids,
but it's not all the time, right, Jonelle?
Well, when you get married young, I think that is all the time.
No, I'm talking about where you'll have moments where you can't stand it, but then
you'll have moments that you have to learn how to work through it. And I think that's what got lost, is learning how to work through it, knowing that this is a moment in time.
Because it's not a moment in time, though.
Well, hang on before I lose my thought. So when it comes to this situation of, do kids deserve to be in a household XYZ? Of course they don't deserve to be in that type of house XYZ. But in this situation, when these two individuals that are angry at each other decide that they need to separate because that's what's best for them, not what's best for the kid, they doing what's best for them. This is why you see kids when their parents get divorced get into depression and they feel like it's their fault. What did I do, mom and dad, to make mom and dad leave? What did I? So we got to also factor in that there is a whole other set, because it could be more than one, at least one other human being in this scenario. And while adults are busy being in their shit, being in their own shit, they tend to forget that there's kids involved. And those kids are little human beings that have emotions and all of that stuff too.
But what about the people who decide to go to marriage counseling and go to family therapy and all of these things, and it still just doesn't work? Should these children be subjected to these things?
Those people have to live with the consequences that come with it, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't think I'm sorry. I disagree. I do not think that if you're with somebody and you're absolutely you guys are not happy, and you guys are showing these children every day that you guys are miserable, and these children are seeing this, I don't think it's fair to them. I think at that point it's not fair to children.
I think that's an extreme case, and I think what's been consistent over time is probably more true. There's times when you're happy, there's times when you ain't. But in our generation, there's a lot of unhappiness. It's the most unhappy generation, and it's the most unworking relationship dynamic of all time.
Now, touching back to that show we did a few weeks ago, would you say it's because of the unrealistic expectations why the happiness is like that?
No, sometimes I think that could be okay. So that could be one aspect of it, right? But it also could be that some people just grow apart.
I believe that. And then sometimes they grow back together. But I 100% believe we all grow apart. Shit, I'm not happy with my kids all the time.
I'm living proof of that.
Yeah, and I went by my emotions. Shit, I'd be cutting their asses off.
I just think that toxic children should not be raised in toxic environments.
Nah, I think we should work on making them less toxic.
I think we should, but
you said toxic children should not be raised in toxic.
No, I said I don't think children should be raised in toxic environments.
I agree with you, and I think we should work on making them environments less toxic. But you know, we come from a generation where it's all about me. It was all about us, what we gonna be. We're all individuals. We don't come
we don't come from that generation. We come from the generation where we still had a village up until the crack era hit. So we know what a village is.
Who's we?
We all come from a generation of broken homes, and it's all about you. Like you said, in Harlem, we all a star.
I didn't come from a generation of broken homes. Literally, we still had a village. Like, we definitely still had a village up until crack hit around 84, 85.
That was a long.
You're talking about your personal generation, like as in your family, okay. But
no, I'm talking about in that era, that generation. We're all around the same age. So we still we are kind of like the last of the generation that had a village. Whether if village means your community, your family, everybody, we still had that.
I gotta say, I don't know. I came up a latchkey kid, so when I have a village, I think
I did too, Timothy.
Well, hang on, damn. So when I think village, I think of everybody helping each other. Since I'm a single parent and I don't got no money for a babysitter, I got a sister that's gonna watch him, or auntie or something, and all. You know what I'm saying? So for me, being a latchkey kid, when I came home from school, I didn't go to an auntie house. I didn't go to a neighbor's house or nobody that was looking. I took my ass home by myself, made my little bowl of cereal, did my homework, sat the chicken out to thaw out because my mama said sit the chicken out to thaw out so she could make dinner. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said I understand what you're saying as far as the village go, but I think that the cutoff where me and John fall into the Gen X it's kind of we're on that border, that cusp between the old way and the new way.
We still had a village. I mean, everybody looked out for everybody's children,
And right, and see, like
whether you came from a
like you
two-parent household or not.
Well, like you said, you remember when crack hit in 84. In 84, I was 4 years old. So I don't know nothing about that. You see what I'm saying?
I do. Shit, I remember it hit and devastated the community. Oh, it seemed like overnight.
And you're saying that it was still a village?
She's saying the crack is what broke up the village.
So when I say grow up in a village, that means I grew up from adolescence all the way to adulthood in a village. I did not, in my generation, I'm almost 50. That did not happen. I did not see it. I was raised by two people, my grandparents. My parents, which is the generation before me, was broken.
Oh, well, I don't know. I still had the,
heroin infested and crack infested and all of that from the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What was that documentary, Bastards of the Party or something like that from the Black Panther Party? We grew up in that. That was a village.
Listen, crack came from there to here.
No, I mean, I get it.
New York was the next city. So I'm saying even our dope fiends, let me tell you something. Even dope fiends, that's one of the things that we used to joke about. Like, you see the dope fiends, they took care of their kids. They took care of their kids, and they would be a little dope fiend family, but they took care of their kids. And because heroin didn't really take mommy out the house.
Yeah, see, New York was different. It wasn't like that out here.
Yeah, it was.
Remember from Friday? Friday was in LA. Remember from Friday? You remember the little crackhead AJ dude or whatever? Like that was our reality.
That was our reality too here.
You're contradicting yourself. You saying that
I'm not contradicting myself. What are you because what you're hearing is what you want to hear. No, what I'm saying to you, hold on. What I'm saying to you, hold on. What I'm saying to you is that up until around 84, 85, I'm a little older than you guys. Apparently that must be the case. So what I'm saying is we still had a village. Everybody looked out for each other's children, whether it was a two-parent household or not.
Well, you look very young in your picture.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And what we're saying is that because he was saying you contradicted yourself because he was saying that you were saying like y'all laughed out there because the crackheads would still take care of these.
I didn't say crackheads. I said dope fiends.
Ain't that the
same thing for us?
No, it's not.
Oh, that's a terminology. That was a terminology miscommunication. Yeah, that was just that was a terminology
heroin addicts is what we call dope fiends.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That's a drug addict, dope, crackhead. They all the same.
Yeah, no, it's not the same.
For us, it's all lumped into the same.
Yeah, no, I think our generation was and you know what? I mean, I'm from the Midwest. I felt a little bit more of a village when I was younger. You know, I lived with all my family members at different times. I lived with a lot of cousins, a lot of aunties and uncles. I've lived with grandmama. So I've lived with everybody. So I do feel like I came from a bit of a village as a small child. And then I think, later, more of my life was spent as a latchkey kid where my mama had to work, parents got divorced. So now mama has to work even more. So shit, I was alone just doing what I wanted to do.
I think the village, for me being here, the village was not only your family, it was your community.
And that's what someone said in the comments. SoCal ain't a village.
Yeah, we didn't have it. If we had a village, movies like Boys in the Hood, it increased the peace when they had to come out because we was dropping like flies out here.
Right.
We was killing each other at an alarming rate.
That's what happened in the 80s.
That's what I said earlier was an absolute fact. When I said that, when that drive-by happened, had that dude would have shot one more bullet, I wouldn't be here. I probably wouldn't be here. That's the
Yeah,
reality.
we was dropping like flies too here. I tell Tim all the time, I got pictures where it's 6, 7 people in the picture and all of them are dead. So
was it a village
like,
or was it broken? Because to me, that's broken.
but I said, again, I said up until around 85, 86, right? So by the 1990s, hot crack was at its peak here.
Broke. So it was broke by that time.
Right, but we still had a village prior to that.
Yeah, see, crack was peaked before that out here. Like,
Crack, when did crack hit Cali? 84, 85?
Early 80s.
84, 85, right?
No, early 80s. It was earlier than
that. Crack hit Cali and when? 83, 84. Because they did a whole documentary on it.
Yeah, it was around that time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So and crack went from there. First of all, crack was the whole crack went from Cali to New York.
Mm-hmm.
So it was in the same year. 84, 85, 83, 84, 85. One in that age, in that range.
On the internet, it says that crack, also known, it was called freebase at that time, emerged in Los Angeles in 1974.
That's when they were freebasing. They were freebasing. That's something different than crack.
Because it took over South Central neighborhoods in 1981 and began to the widespread distribution between the years 83 and 84. So 83 and 84, that's when Ricky Ross got it.
It was early 80s.
Freebasing is something different than crack.
Yeah, it's different.
It says right here that freebase emerged and it was specifically known as now what we call crack. So freebase.
Yeah, but it wasn't. They didn't put the same chemicals in it. This is where I like to get our elders on. We could get our elders on the line, and they can really tell you what freebase was.
And that's what it says. They were early in the beginning. There were early iterations of smokable freebase that took place around 74, but the specific rock known as crack appeared in 1981.
Because what some of the crackheads used to do here, they would buy the crack and recook it, right? So they would recook it to get to wash out some of the chemicals that they were putting in it.
Right. But I don't want to get too
far. What I'm saying is broken since early 80s out here. So we have a village. I didn't grow up.
Divorce rate, poverty, you know what I mean?
Well, the crack made the divorce rate skyrocket. I have a graph, Tim. I'll shoot it to you tomorrow. I have a graph where they show how when crack hit, the divorce rate skyrocketed. The marriage rate declined. I have a graph.
That makes sense.
That's what I said. I don't think it's so much that people were miserable. I think we were miserable within ourselves and didn't learn how to work through shit and live together.
Yeah, but everybody wasn't on crack.
No, they wasn't. But it became a cultural thing. Like you said, most of us are from a lot of us. It's the majority is from divorced parents. And it wasn't like that in previous generations. And I don't think humans dramatically changed. I just think the culture around us did.
Back then, you just didn't get a divorce, but that doesn't mean that these people weren't miserable. They started getting a divorce when what was it called, Tim? When they made it no fault divorce.
No fault divorce came in.
Once they had no fault divorce, everybody started getting a divorce.
It was 1969. California introduced it first, no fault divorce. And the reason why there was such a boom in divorces during that time is that everybody that were in those marriages I talked about a minute ago in the 70s, them shotgun marriages, they jumped right the fuck out of them motherfuckers.
And what I'm saying is a lot of them that jumped out of it, they thought they were going to find happiness. They're blaming all their problems on this marriage, and they didn't find that happiness.
You don't know that. You were not there. You did not talk to these people. You cannot assume that.
Well, I know the stats say this. A lot of people get divorced. They get remarried, and they still get divorced. They're more likely to get divorced in a second marriage. I know the stats say that
For that time period?
right now.
No,
Still
no, no,
going
no.
on.
For that time period.
I know the stats say a lot of people got divorced, thought they was gonna find happiness, and they still got divorced.
No,
The
it's just that sometimes people don't. Some people run from love after being in love and being hurt or getting a divorce or however, even if they weren't married. And then some people just don't. They'll try again.
I
And
think some people
sometimes
do.
people will never get it right, and then there's some people that do.
I think some people do shun from divorce, but I think most people that get divorced didn't swear off relationships forever.
That's what I just said. I didn't say shun divorce. I said they don't shun love,
Oh, love
whether
is
they were
definitely
married
shunned
or divorced or
today.
not.
See, I think that's what's missing from the dynamic today, and that's where a lot of this gender war shit come in, because it isn't about love no more. I think love got lost somewhere, because it's interesting how relationships were seen at the problem with relationships historically were seen as that they were transactional. Then they got out of the transactional and being into the, get married because you're in love and all of that. And now we're literally living in the time to where we're saying that the love shit don't work. So people want to go back to the transactional shit. So John, right? So that's like what John Nell was saying, is that human beings themselves aren't really different. Just the culture shifts and people think that something is better because they now live outside of that generation. So
No, I'm a hopeless romantic. I believe in love because I've experienced it, and just because I just came out of something doesn't mean I'm not willing to try again.
well, and that's beautiful, but I'm not speaking anecdotal. I'm speaking of
I know.
the general, because the general consensus that
I'm
I hear from,
from
right, but the general consensus that I hear, especially from it'd be women that say marriage is not the goal. It'd be women that say we are not our grandmothers. We're not gonna sit around and just take the shit because like our grandmothers and shit used to do. And it's been women that's been actually pushing marriage is not the goal and not wanting to get married. And like you mentioned earlier, there are men now that are trying to shame women for that, which is true. There are men that are trying to say women they're taking women saying we don't want to be married. We want to figure out how to have autonomy for ourselves. And the men are taking that and saying, y'all just want an excuse to be hoes and just have sex with a whole bunch of men and stuff, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just because you single don't mean you have sex with a whole bunch of men. It's a whole
Right.
bunch of
But
stupid.
see,
There's a whole bunch of stupidness being spewed today, and
right. But this
I'm
is
trying not to get caught up in that. I don't, because on the average day to day when I'm outside in the world, I don't see any of this stuff that's happening
Yeah,
online.
I don't either. All that gender, I don't see that shit too much.
so you don't see the women saying you ain't no real man, he a pussy.
Not to the,
I'm just talking shit.
I mean, that's something we've been saying. That ain't nothing new. Like, that's not new.
Right. And that was the argument that I used to make when I used to be like, because I'm a person that actually watched while I was at work. Before I found the back chat, I would put on my earpods, hit play, and I would listen to the whole 3 hours. So I wasn't a dude that be on there, see a clip taken out of context and be like, oh, he the GOAT, he the Godfather, oh, that's the real. Like, well, you didn't get the whole context of what he was saying, and so
I still don't know, Tim, and I have to ask you this. I still don't understand some of the things that this man absolutely said was suspect. So at that point, for me, it made me feel like something ain't right here.
But like
Because
when he would talk about,
when I heard that man tell that lady, well, maybe we should just go back to the Roman Greco times and just use women for children and have our sires. See, when I heard him say that, I was like, nah, I don't know how any man in their right mind could listen to this dude.
And that was, and I think, like I said,
the whole
I don't,
context of what he was saying.
and that's what I was just about to say. I don't know the whole context of that conversation because I've heard him mention Roman Greco times. I've heard him mention the Squires and all of that type of stuff too. And he uses those talking points to counteract women that would, because it's his fault that he started taking calls from women because he wanted to blow up because he used to talk to men. But he would just, and that's what I thought was kind of suspect too. Like, here's a man, a 50-year-old man, like getting praise because he telling off women. like I'm arguing with women and I'm winning.
But then you telling women after 30, you over there telling women after 30, oh, you like nobody's gonna want you, but your old ass mama got married for the first time at 50.
And that's an exception. But the thing, but
how dare you tell another woman? Listen,
that's actually not exceptional.
It's
the reason
not.
why it's not exceptional is because people at that age get married more often than younger people do.
Yeah, I think so.
And
what I'm saying is, how are you telling women?
Fourth, and fifth marriages.
How are you telling women at 30? It's like their life is over, it's done, and nobody married your mama until she was 50 years old for the first time.
That sound like experience to me. So that sound like, should his mama get married was a exception to his whole philosophy. He proved that his mama is the exception because didn't nobody marry her until she in her 30s
and I've never even listened to him before, but I think that's like kind of what we was talking about with the cycles. You know what I mean? In your 30s, it's a lot harder to get married than it is in your 60s or 50s.
No, because a lot of elderly have been getting married. How long is it now, Tim? About a decade or more? They getting married left and right.
Right, but that's what he just said.
He said it's a lot harder to get married, and I'm saying it's not.
He said in your 30s, it's harder to get married than it is in your 60s. That's what he just said, and that's true. There are more people in their 60s getting married right now than there are people in their 30s getting married.
Well, I apologize. I thought he said that it's harder to get married in your 60s than it is in your 30s.
Nah, by the time you in your 60, you ain't got as many expectations, hang-ups. In our 30s, we got way too many expectations.
Shit, these old people, excuse me my language, but these old people getting it in. Shit, they getting it in more than they getting it.
I think so. I be hearing about that
because they got way more years behind them than they had.
Yeah,
they finally starting to realize what I realized: life is too short to be on some BS.
It's too short.
They getting it popping. They having all kind of sex. They doing it all.
I hear the STD rates at the old folks' homes is on the rise and shit.
Hey, I had to go spray. I covered somebody else's route and went to go spray an old folks' home, and they was like, "Hey, they was like, you got to be careful when you go in some of these because they had to actually escort me around because they was like they wouldn't make sure." I was like, they was like, because they was like sometimes they you go in there, you be knocking on the door, and they be knocking on the door, and you know it's the senior citizen thing. So if they don't say nothing and they don't answer after a few minutes, they got to open the door and go in there and make sure they're not dead. He's like, and there's times you go in there and the old lady got her teeth on the table. You know, Pops is over there. Like, Pops is like, oh, you ain't there getting it in.
I believe it.
Man.
You're right. They do get to a point, man, when they're not so caught up on, like, they realize we've been mad over a lot of shit that's bullshit.
Tim, did you see that post where they said women should stay virgins until they get married and men should be able to do whatever they want? And well, so the question was, well, who they going to do whatever? Right.
That's why it'd be stupid shit. That's why I don't pay shit like that too much. But if you tie that into going back to Roman Greco days and going back to Squires and stuff, then there's your answer.
Mm-hmm. Then I thought I didn't like when he told that girl that if her daughter said that the dude touched her or whatever, she shouldn't believe her daughter. That shit was wild too to me.
I don't remember him saying that.
Yeah,
but
I
if
never
he did,
heard. I never
and if
heard
he
that.
did say that,
It's a
because
whole show. It's a black girl.
if he did do it, then that's absolutely wrong.
Yeah, I'll find it because somebody just posted it not too long ago. And he tried to frame it like, well, what if she's lying? And the girl is like, well, what if she's not lying? Am I supposed to like not
You're
investigate?
supposed to
Like,
investigate. Absolutely right. That's why I'm like,
am I not supposed to separate my
Anytime you hear
daughter
that,
from
you're
this
supposed to
man?
investigate. Yeah,
Huh?
anytime you hear that, you're supposed to investigate.
Yeah, but you in terms of investigation, you have to separate your child from this man.
Yeah.
Now, most of that internet shit, I see a lot of clips because I've never watched a show on any of them. But I see clips, and most of that shit seems stupid as fuck to me. And nowadays, you got a lot of the young dudes and shit. They look like they were squares like a motherfucker. And they just got so much shit to say about women and hoes and high value and all this shit.
And like you said, they 20, and where
Yeah,
are
the
most
fuck
where are
you know
most
about
20-year-olds
anything?
at?
Yeah.
Well, that's why, listen, let me tell you something. One thing about them white and cracking, they don't play. Because you see how quick they had Kevin Tate wrapped right up. Soon as it got to the teachers.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah. They said once the parents and the teachers and the community, their community start hearing the message, and those young boys was repeating what he said. Next thing you know, he was having a whole lot of legal troubles.
Yeah, he ended up going to prison.
They ain't play.
Oh, you talking about the white bald dude?
Yeah, Andrew Tate. He's like Armenian or something.
Yeah.
Did you see did you see the Twitter post that I put up in the chat about him?
He black and white.
Oh, Andrew Tate is black and white?
Yeah, his daddy is a black dude here.
Oh, that's crazy. He don't look like he got any black in him.
Was he a famous chess player, right? His father?
Yeah, his father, a famous chess player from here.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen some of they shit too, some of they clips. And I don't know, they in jail they ain't even in jail. They got arrested.
Andrew Tate is a dick. Some of the stuff that he say, I'm just like, damn.
No, Tim, if you could go in the chat and pull up his tweets, he said something out. It's gay for men to think women are more attractive than men.
Yeah, see,
here's my thing. First of all, that's retarded. That's retarded. But
a lot of that just
I can separate the person who's saying something from what they're saying. So there's things that I've heard him say that I'm like, okay, yeah, I can agree with that. And then vice versa. It's like, dude, that's ridiculous.
No, because that's what
all I see is Marlon.
I put it in there yesterday, so you probably got to scroll past Marlon.
Yeah, no, I've heard him say some shit that makes sense.
Yeah. I can separate the two. So it's like, because you know how some people, they just don't like somebody, so no matter what they say, it's just the messenger themselves. Like they just don't want to hear.
No, because I kind of like, if you say something suspect to me, then it makes me question your whole agenda.
Yeah, I mean, I don't worry about the agenda. I just listen to what you're saying, and if it makes sense, okay, I can see how that little piece makes sense, but that doesn't make sense.
That's because you're a rational man, right? And you have a brain and you use it. But when you're promoting this to impressionable young men and women, you see what I'm saying?
No, I'm not talking about the promoter. I'm talking about as the listener. Because you said once they say something, it's basically wah after that. And I'm saying
to me, it's like I have to question your agenda, because what is your agenda? Could you be a plan to separate men and women for real? See, where we can decipher these things and listen and chew the meat and spit out the bones, there's people that's listening to them that can't do that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I get it. Like in this day and age, everyone got a platform.
Yeah, we on mine right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, there are a lot of people who don't really use their processors. Like they'll just listen to someone and if they don't like them, anything they say is shit. If they love them, anything they say is, you know what I'm saying, is gospel. You know, I mean, you see that with Trump followers. You know what I mean? So that's just the world that we live in. But I can be a person who can look at Trump and be like, oh, that what he said made sense. And that's some bullshit that he said. I could look at both of them.
Yeah, I just think that is not the audience, the core audience of people that are young. And yeah, they hearing this and it's like, oh, this is how we supposed to be? Okay.
No, there's a lot of people that's more impressionable.
All right, you see this?
Oh yeah, most definitely, especially online today.
Andrew Tate retweets. He retweets Asmongold. Asmongold is a Twitch gamer podcast guy. Asmongold says men are naturally more attractive than women on average. That's why women need makeup. This isn't me being gay. It's science. See, that's called white people sarcasm. But Andrew Tate said, I agree with Asmongold. You have to be really gay to think women are more attractive than men. No. So
being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, he's being sarcastic.
He has said multiple times that men are more attractive than women. He has said that out of his mouth multiple times.
I don't know. I
No,
can see
but no,
this.
and no. Listen, Andrew Tate is being sarcastic because Asmongold is saying that men are more attractive than women, and that's why they need makeup. It's not me being gay, it's science. And then Andrew Tate sarcastically says back, you know, I agree with you. You have to really be gay if you think women are more attractive than men.
But now, is it really sarcasm when that's one of the things that he pushes, that men are more attractive than women? That's something he absolutely pushes.
I mean, I don't know him that well. I've never followed him, but I can read this tweet.
Yeah, but if that's okay, I can again. It's sarcasm there, but that is something he absolutely pushes, that men are more attractive than women, and he's done it multiple times. He does it all the time.
I would have to see that because I don't think that at all. Just reading that tweet.
I'm about to share a second tweet.
I saw a skit though. I saw a skit where a dude's girlfriend asked him like, "Hey, honey, who's more attractive, men or women?" And the dude was like, "Men by far." And she was like, "What you talking about? Like, how do you figure?" And then he took some water and washed his face, and he was like, "Now you do that." I thought that was funny.
Well, I'm glad that my first date could be at the pool.
Yeah, I thought that shit was hilarious though. I was like.
Andrew Tate says alpha men can't rely on women. We have too many things to do. Every true alpha male should have at least a few trusted men in his inner circle that will provide him physical release, hand or mouth only, in parentheses, so he doesn't feel compelled to get distracted by a woman. This is the only way that society can defeat the LGBT agenda.
Again, I think that's being sarcastic.
It gotta be.
Well, he said at the bottom, "This is let's be gay. That's how we're gonna defeat being gay."
Because again, Tim, what's that term that they use for the men who get
homosocial?
Homosocials.
I don't know. Like I said, to me, he comes off like a dick. So I can read this and see the sarcasm.
Yeah, but you got to see these guys in action with each other. It's tight gay.
Well, I mean, most of them rich people, like once you get to a certain, you know what I'm saying, wealth level, it's like you got to participate in some weird shit.
But there are homosocials out there, and there's a lot of homosocials out here, right? And then look at the amount of men that are being exposed for being gay on the down low.
This is why a lot of men, well, I won't say a lot of men. This is a video I did that explains the particular type of men that are attracted to Andrew Tate and all that type of stuff.
Are you? Is this supposed to be audio to this?
Oh, you guys can't hear it?
No.
Oh, shit.
So far, it looked like a bunch of different type of dudes.
Yeah, and it's a long video.
It's 4 minutes. It's 3 minutes. Why? I gotta fix the sound. It should be playing the sound. That's just crazy if I share.
But no, I don't like a lot of those dudes, man. A lot of those dudes that got platform bashing women. Or I hate the white dude and they be bringing like strippers on just to call them hoes and shit.
And then
are you talking about the ones? I think I saw one where they like all sitting at a table.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I
to tell them how I'm a high value. You know what I mean? I'm a high value man and you a hoe. I hate
And
that.
Andrew Tate was arrested for sex trafficking. So that right there tells you how he feels about women.
Y'all are talking about the white dudes that sit around the table with the strippers. Is called the Whatever Podcast. And what's funny about that is that one of the dudes that considers himself a high value and he's a virgin.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that means y'all can hear this.
Black masculinity and household leadership. Provision without partnership. The crisis of black domestic authority. The manosphere's appeal among black men is often mischaracterized as simple misogyny or reactionary politics. In reality, it reflects a deeper unresolved tension, the desire for household leadership without a lived model of how that leadership functions in partnership. Many black men reach adulthood having achieved economic competence but lacking relational authority. This is not a failure of effort, it is a failure of transmission. Raised disproportionately in women-led households, black boys often grow up under strong maternal governance without witnessing cooperative male leadership in intimate space. As adults, this creates a paradox, a desire to be the man of the house, without having observed how male authority operates without dominance or fear. The manosphere exploits this gap by collapsing leadership into provision. It reframes masculinity as transactional, resources in exchange for obedience. Within this framework, a woman's refusal to submit is not personal preference but ideological sabotage. Feminism becomes the scapegoat, not because it removed men's power, but because it disrupted the assumption that provision alone guarantees authority. This explains why many manosphere-aligned men are not economically marginal. They are often employed, credentialed, and financially stable. Their grievance is not exclusion from work, it is exclusion from intimacy and domestic influence. Crucially, the issue is not that these men lack leadership skills in general. It is that they were never socialized into relational leadership, the ability to guide without coercion, to negotiate without collapse, and to be chosen rather than complied with. The manosphere does not teach these skills. Instead, it reframes the absence of consent as oppression and recasts emotional labor as emasculation. In doing so, it converts an intergenerational gap in modeling into an ideological grievance. What is passed down is not leadership, but entitlement. The result is a generation of men prepared to provide materially, but unequipped to lead relationally, men who mistake authority for control and partnership for submission. Until black masculinity expands its definition of leadership beyond provision and dominance to include emotional literacy, cooperation, and presence, the manosphere will continue to function as a false refuge, offering certainty where growth is required, and grievance where accountability would heal. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in more videos like this, please leave a comment and tell us what you would like to see covered next. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
You should have used a black voice for that, Tim.
That's when I had first. That's from like a year ago, from a while ago when I first got the app and it was free, so I couldn't use realistic voices. But I used a white man voice because it sounds authoritative. I started to make it British. No, but that's breaks down the appeal of the dudes that really be super into that. And a lot of that is from watching what we all grew up believing to be true collapse in front of us. And that's why in the video it says that feminism is blamed as the scapegoat, because as dudes, we all grow up from young dudes looking at dudes that got money and be like, okay, so they the ones with all the women. So when I get success and money, I get women. 1 + 1 =, but you know what I mean? So, but now they go through all the work to get success, and now that they have success, they feel entitled to it. Like, well, I did what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to have hoes. Where the hoes at? And then when they don't have them, oh, it's the women's fault. The women are too masculine. They want to be men because they don't want to submit to me because I've become successful and all that. It's a lot. Like I said, the psychology behind it, I think, is extremely fascinating.
It's entitlement too, because I've heard like even old boy over there in the other chat say, just because a man tries to talk to you, you are supposed to give them the time of day. And I'm like, what are you like? This is crazy.
Yeah, who says that?
A bunch of men. Tim will tell you it's a bunch of men that said the right or wrong.
Yeah,
Or he likes you.
No, I agree. I think there's a lot of men that's trying to
compensate,
compensate, reframe shit, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that shit sound crazy.
You think they're trying to do these podcasts for shock value? Saying that weird shit for shock value?
You know,
they're doing it for that and money. That and money. It's a job.
It's not even. It's just not even podcasters saying this. This is dudes that are just saying it because they honestly believe, because they're interested in you as a woman, you're supposed to give them the time of day.
No, I agree. I think there's some dudes that honestly believe that shit.
And that comes with, like I was saying, that it comes with the idea of how we as guys have been socialized.
Yeah.
So if I've been socialized in a world to where I work from myself up, now I have a 6-figure job, nice home in the suburbs. Okay, now it's time for me to get me a wife.
Tim, it's not even them. It's not just them though. It's not just them. It's not just those. It's
right.
It's a bunch of.
Well, the rest of them are just impressionable, and because I say all the time, there's a lot of delusional men. The same way that men will be like women are delusional, there are absolutely men that are delusional. It's like we were just talking about earlier with the audacity. That's delusion. That audacity is delusion.
True,
the man that feel like just because he got a job and he make money.
Well, Kevin
right, he used to talk to dudes.
There was a lot of delusional dudes there.
And he talked to them the same way he talked to the women.
Worse.
But tell their asses, get your fat ass up, go to the gym, take a shower, wipe your ass, get you some baby wipes and wipe your ass. Shower. No, that's exactly how we talk to them. Make yourself attractive to women. Don't think that just because you have success that automatically makes you attracted to women, because women say, oh, I'm attracted to success and money and this so and then men hear that and be like, well, that's not true, because they got a 90-year-old wrinkled up white man that got the baddest bitches I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but I mean, become a billionaire or make yourself extremely attractive. You know what I mean? I think they be getting some of that high value shit. You're not a billionaire.
Confused, right?
You make 6 figures. You're not on the.
Yeah.
You make a high 5 figures and think that you.
Right. Like,
I mean, there are a lot of delusional men, but most of us know what it is, though. Like, we grew up, we watched, kind of like what Tim said earlier. You see the dude, like whether it be the dope boy that's like, oh, he got all the chicks. So then that gave you inspiration to like, okay, well, I want to be like that dude, right? Like that's how gangs spread so fast, you know what I'm saying, in LA. It's just the influences and all of that. So once you get older, and then depending on what type of guy you are, you always paying attention to the type of women that you like, what type of guy.
Right.
Oh, I gotta go become that type of guy.
Sometimes you just
and we
never
look
make
past
it.
the woman that look at us. Everybody, that's human. Women do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like
we
the
just-
nerds, right? The nerd boy who wanted the popular girl, but looked past the other nerd girl that liked him.
Right.
And then he gets older and be like, "You didn't want me when I was a nerd, but you didn't want the like." I think people be swerving out of their lanes too much. To me,
Right.
Now
That
that's
remind me of
100%.
yeah. That go back to that made me think about the whole white girl joint too, because like what's your boy name? Childish Gambino.
Mhm.
Childish Gambino, when he finally made his relationship public, it was the internet went crazy. The women was like, look, as soon another black man, as soon as he get money, look what they do. They go get a
Did you
white
think
girl.
that? I mean, but look at who like everything about that dude says white girl.
Well, and that was what he said, because he did an interview and he was like, well, me coming up, I like black girls. They sexy, they dope, they bodied up. When I tried to holler at their asses, they was like, if you don't get your corny ass the fuck up out of here.
right? Because he wasn't staying in his lane.
Everything
But,
about that dude
but
says
then
he's a white girl.
but that's the point he's making. It's like, but now that I got money, it's like, oh, all of them same girls that was like, get your corny ass the fuck up out of here, they in my face smiling. Michael B.
But
Jordan got in trouble on the red carpet for doing that. When the chick interviewed him, it's like, oh, you remember me? Yeah, I'm the corny guy. Remember, I'm the corny guy.
Yeah, I remember that interview. He put her on blast.
He been liking white girls though, because remember they put that video. He got a whole song he did before he got famous.
Oh, you talking about Childish Gambino?
No,
No,
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. That was AI.
That was not AI.
Nah, I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit. Let me see if I can find that shit.
He got a song?
He did a whole song before he got famous. But I ever told you that he when he did a movie called Blackout with my little brother, and he stayed with my little brother and everything. And my little brother was like, "Yeah, we had to bring the girls through. He didn't have no chicks,
I don't
whatever."
know if I could play it because of copyright.
And then now that he's famous, he acts kind of strange with my little brother. But when they was doing that movie, he stayed at my little brother's house and everything. And now that like when my brother be going out to LA, he'll call him, he won't answer, but then the other friend be with him and he answers like, "Yo, where you at? Come hang out with us." And he's like, my brother just be like, "Nah, I'm good. Like I ain't trying to be around nobody who ain't really trying to be around me."
Oh, so you saying your brother will call him, you don't answer, but the
So
other dude
I
call him.
found a 15-second clip, and I ain't play it because copyright, but I can play it because it's only 18 seconds, so I can get away with 18 seconds without them claiming copyright. I'm gonna just put my
Timothy,
fair
you
use.
just cut him off real quick. Yeah,
Oh, my
no,
bad.
it was three of them: my brother, another boy, and Michael B. Jordan. And so when my brother goes out to LA and he hits them up.
What you doing over there?
It did that. That's my bad. Go ahead.
All right, go
So
ahead.
when he hits him up, he won't answer the phone, but the other friend answers the phone. And he'd be like, "Oh yeah, we over here, come through." And my brother just like, "Nah, I'm good. Like I ain't."
Oh, so you saying that when your brother go to LA, so Michael B. Jordan and the other dude to be together. He'll call Michael, he won't answer, but then the other dude to answer, be like, "Oh, what's up, man? Come through."
Yeah.
And then, but he like, "No, if that dude gonna be there, I'm cool because he didn't answer my call."
Yeah, he don't go. He don't go around.
Yeah, people get get different or whatever, or sometimes relationships just kind of change, or they just stop feeling each other like that for whatever reason.
I mean, when you was coming up on the come up and you was doing these little films and, I let you crash in my crib and all that, you know what I mean? It's like people just forget sometimes. Or sometimes people feel like I might not need this person around because my brother's an actor too.
Mm-hmm.
So he might feel like if I bring him around, you never know. Somebody might see him and then, might take some opportunities from me. I don't know. I'm not saying that that's the case, but sometimes that's how people think.
I found an 18-second clip and I
mean,
watched it without the
Hollywood is
sound.
weird, period, though. So they call it Hollywood for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to figure out, is the song about a white girl?
Yes.
Or is it just a white girl in the video?
It's about a white girls.
It's only 18 seconds. I'm gonna play it.
So I wish for you on a bright shining star. Everywhere I look, there you are, there you are. It's the girl in the green dress. She took my breath away. And now I look to the sky for a better day. To the beach shore and Scooby snacks. I met a fly girl, I can't relax. Never had to be on a movie screen, cause she's the leading lady in all my dreams. Come on.
Yeah, I probably have to hear the whole song because that clip doesn't really, even though there's a white girl in the video, it doesn't.
Whole thing in the nutshell is he been liking white girls. So the Lori Harvey thing was just so black women wouldn't be like, hold up, Michael B. Jordan, because that's his core fan base.
Right. We got one person watching, and I want to thank that person so much for rocking with us for this 3 hours and 35 minutes. Y'all don't go nowhere. I'm about to end the live, and we can still sit here and have our conversation.
No, it's 1 o'clock in the morning for me, and I gotta go.
Right.
I'm going to get out of here too and take my ass to bed.
Yeah.
That's right.
Until next time, fellas. I'll see you.
All right.
Well, thank
I
you for
appreciate
coming
everybody
on
for
the show.
coming on. Yeah.
Wish we'd have had you the whole time.
No problem.
All right, y'all.
Was that long?
That Lauren, my brother-in-law Lauren.
Oh, Lauren.
Yeah.
The one we had dinner with.
It's the average black man show, talking about everything you need to know. Sometimes things may get a little heated, but these conversations are needed to help the community heal and grow. It's the average black man show, talking about everything you need to know. Sometimes things may get a little heated, but these conversations are needed to help the community heal and grow. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel.